dope boys with them knives. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water till it's hot. Mix it up, look, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360 motor to a lot. Blue hollow tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day the sun change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take you roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you some go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Low key, niggas hating cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.
Check out the content. This is content. Bruv. We got content.
We got content. We back. I ain't even doing the screen sharing. I ain't got time to play with this shit. I'm just gonna play the audio and we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Cause this thing is 2 hours and 20 minutes long. I got 2 hours. Let's get it.
I got you bouncing around all over the place and playing hopscotch on YouTube. But I have a young lady on here in which I had actually saw her in a group and I forgot what I was supposed to be talking about with her. But I'm pretty sure she was doing some ratchet shit. So I'm gonna have to do my research and go back and see the ratchet shit. But right now, she said she had become like not a fan of mine, but a lurker. So as she became a lurker, she saw some things. So somebody's already said they on your side. She ain't said nothing. How you on her side already? The dude told me I'm on her side. I'm sorry.
They already know. Wait, let the people speak. They already know because you was lurking. You ain't finna accuse me of lurking with your lurking ass. Hold on.
You were lurking back. I was lurking. See, what I was doing was going around trying to find ratchet people doing ratchet shit.
Well, look at him.
That's it. I was on the prowl for ratchetity.
He was on the prowl for ratchet shit, and what he found instead was intelligent.
That is not what I'm pretty sure that ain't what I said at night.
Curious.
I'm pretty sure that is not what I said at night.
That's exactly what he means to say.
See,
His intentions.
I'm gonna say this, y'all. She's smart. She didn't come on when I asked. She waited till I forgot. She said, "It's Nicole. Give him some time." So now I'm on the defensive, and so I have no idea, guys. I have not spoken to her. I haven't talked to her. I have not said anything up. I'm allowing her to do what a lot of people do. They want something. They got something to say. I will try to answer as much as I can and try to have dialogue. And I want to ask her probably towards the end about that group because I put a lot of things on the website about that group, and probably even talk to her a little bit about the video we saw last night to discuss the video. I don't know if you saw it. The woman who decided to eat her own period blood.
We will get to that later.
I had some nightmares about that one.
Later for that. Like, whoa. So many questions on that one.
Yes, it is.
No, ma'am.
So what I'm going to do is turn it over to you, and you go ahead and you ask me what you like, and I will then answer as best as I can.
All right. So let's ease on into this. I don't even know if this is easing in. But
I've heard that
first,
before.
what is your issue with black women? Like, you really have it out for black women. And I just sit back and I watch this and I'm like, wow, he's big mad. He's bad mad. Like, what is happening here?
Well, I've had a lot of life that I've lived, and I've seen a lot of things. And like the woman eating her period blood, like the woman Paula, it's too common that black women are doing these wild things, and they're doing it for something as simple as attention. In the last few days, I did 2 videos about 2 black women that between them, they had 21 children. 21 between 2 women. That seems impossible. Do
you realize how polarizing that is? Like, to have those sorts of people on your show and then characterize them as, you know, black women as a whole, like that's definitely a representation that you are provoking. Like, how could you, like, that's not every black woman, which I'm sure a lot of women say, but it's like,
but I've never said this
everyone. Acknowledge that though. Like, it's like, why, like, why?
But I've never
If
said
they want attention, why would you give it to them?
But okay, like the woman who had 11 kids and was pregnant with her 12. Because I gave her the type of attention I gave her. Do you understand what she did? She took her shit. She took it down. She took her whole channel down. Unlike what people do to Paula, is they give her, you go girl, don't let them tell you what to do. So we see, it's like having children. Yeah. We've lost this thing in the black community called shame. I've never said all. You got black women in the comment section telling you right now, he never said all. If I said all, what would make those black women be fans of mine? When you look and you see the video I put up of me being on the show, did you see how many, when I went out to perform live, did you see how many, first off, it was just a shit ton of black people. But
yeah, of course.
Notice how many were females. Notice how many females kept commenting, I'm so glad that I met you. There was like 3 black women who came there who literally came there to cuss me out. That's why they came. I'm gonna cuss this nigga out. Do you know by the time the show ended, they was hugging on me and trying to get my number and find out what hotel I was in?
Lord.
Because they said, you know what? In a small format, you're really harsh. In a larger format, I understand. Which is why I do the one-on-ones. Because if you ask me questions, I can give you a greater answer than a 10-minute clip of you seeing me going off on some fuck shit I just seen.
So why do you tend to hone in on the black woman specifically?
Because I grew up and you hear people say black women are the backbone of the community. If you're going to be the captain of the ship, if you're going to be the coach of the team, every time something goes wrong, who gets the blame? You get the credit when it goes right. Like Donald Trump. Because he's the president, if the economy goes down, guess who's going to get the blame? Him. You have to understand, if you want that role to be the leader, you have to accept failure as well as success. So black women love to say, like when you told me, it's not all. But if I said black women are beautiful, nobody would say, not all. If I said black women got fat asses, I know plenty of flat ass black women with not a drop of ass.
Listen, over here, okay?
No, I saw that wall you had on one of your pictures. I said, she ain't got nothing in the backyard. I said, she got a whole bunch on the front porch. Ain't shit in the backyard. It's a cliff. But
listen, don't worry about that.
But the point is, whenever you talk about black women in a positive way as a whole, no one ever says that's not true.
So immediately it's like, yes, here we come. And the minute there's criticism, which that's not something I disagree with at all. However, I feel for you as an influential black male, for you to put certain females on your show that are very polarizing and like there's a negative content there. It's like, okay, we know we fucked up. Like, we know we fucked up. Because I'm playing the bitch like, ooh, what you doing? Like, come back, come on, what you doing? Like, for you, I just feel like there should maybe be a little bit more of a positive aspect there because there is positivity out there. Okay, well, I'm not all rainbows and butterflies, but I'm just saying.
All right, Pollyanna, let me ask you a question. What are you mixed with, first of all?
Wow, here we go.
No, I'm just curious.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm just curious. You can say whatever. I was a curious question.
I'm Dominican and black.
Okay, so you mix with a race and a country.
Dominican and black, which is the same.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, if you black and black, you're just black and black.
Oh, black and black.
Okay, because you can't be Dominican and black. You can't be both.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tell other people that.
No, because they're idiots. I say I'm Panamanian. They say he's trying to act like he's white.
They're like, oh, he's Spanish. Yeah, but I'm next door to Haiti too, so.
Well, they don't get it, and I think black people were never taught that there's a difference between nationality and race. Because
they are not taught that. First of all, black is a color, it's not a race. Let's start there.
The Negro's the race.
Yeah, but
But blacks don't like to be called Negroes. You don't know what they want to be called, and they're so dumb they allow people to call them African American, which I would never let you call me that one.
Oh God, that's so true though. Like, I hate that question, but what are you mixed with? Why? Like, why do you put a cap on beauty?
No, I can see. Now you said, why do you put a cap on beauty? Why do you
Because
call
that's
it
what
beauty?
everyone does. In order to be a certain level of beautiful, you must be mixed with something. In other words, my hair is long, right? This is my natural hair.
You're stuck on yourself.
What? Yeah, I'm beautiful. What do you mix with?
I didn't ask you that because of your hair.
Yes, people ask me that because of my hair all the time.
Well, see, but that's what I was going to get to that though. I was going to say that. What I was going to say is, you call yourself black, but what has been your growing up dealing with black women? Because most girls who look like you, thank you. That's all I was. Please go on with that. Let us know what kind of experiences you had.
Let's see. At the lunch table in high school, wasn't allowed to sit at it. If I was sitting at the lunch table, I was sitting with a bunch of white girls. If I wasn't, I was eating lunch in the bathroom. That's a true story.
Wait a minute, were you ever physically assaulted by the other girls?
No, they threatened me, but like that was, the extent of it, because I grew up in a mostly white suburban neighborhood. However, my high school had everybody in it. There was like over 3,000 kids.
How many times were you said you're acting white since you've been alive? Like, how old are you?
I'm 28.
How many times have you been told you're acting white or you're trying to talk white?
Too many times to count.
So why would black people say that to you?
I'm too articulate. When I get upset, instead of getting really ratchet, I start saying words that you can't come back at me with, like, hold on. I'm about to chop your ass down real quick.
So
and it's going to take you another 3 weeks to figure out what the fuck I said to you. Hold on, wait a minute.
So do you understand? You are taking up for a group of people who talk shit about you. That's what you're doing right now. That would be the equivalent.
Yes, I understand that. Because
Why?
people are naive. They have no foresight, and, they're blinded, and it's fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
So I always found out that people who appear mixed or are mixed, like Jesse Williams, go out their way to be really black because they want to prove to the black people that they're.
Well, maybe I do.
Yeah, you do. Because you're taking up for a group of people who don't like you.
But that's fine. Most people don't like me.
No, that's not true. White girls don't walk around jealous of you. They're not. That would be a rare thing. White girls are looking at your hair and saying they're jealous of your hair.
Yes, they are.
How often does this happen?
A lot. Are you kidding me? First of all, we can't even talk about the white dynamic right now in this day and age because they go out of their way to do a whole lot. Oh my God, I wish my hair looked like yours. Oh my God, I wish my skin looked like yours. Oh my God, I'm like, shut up.
Okay, so hold on. So let me ask you a question. If it is true that they say this,
No, that's not jealousy, though. That's saying they wish they had. I wish I could play like Michael Jordan.
Another girl compliment. I know a lot of girls. I know they do this. They will compliment another girl. They don't really mean it. Like, they will say it because girls know that other girls really need to be complimented. Like, dudes, we don't have to compliment each other because we don't live like that. But girls' whole day, they get up, they get dressed, they need to hear another girl tell them that they like their dress to make them feel good. So women
we do. It's not for you. It's for us.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, women like to hear other women tell them that they like what they had. So in essence, go ahead.
That's bait, though. When a woman tells another woman something positive about herself, it's to receive a positive compliment back.
Y'all don't do it for y'all self. Y'all do it to get the attention of a male or a female, whichever one you like. That's why you put on the shit that you do, not for yourself. It's to get the attention of a male or a female.
It's fishing. You get it?
That's what I was saying. So when you said, I've seen several white girls say to several black girls a positive comment. That's all it was. That was it. They didn't mean it.
I know.
So I was just telling you, they didn't mean it. She don't want what you got. She's just saying it. I know plenty of girls do that. They always say that. They'll say it, but if they fuck around and woke up and had it, they'd be mad.
Hold on. Becky with the good hair. Want Susie with the nappy hair. She does.
Yeah, but you don't have the quote unquote nappy hair. If you did, that's why the black girls wouldn't be bothered by you. Do you understand? It's not cool being in the middle. It's not cool being in the middle. Like, let me tell you what you're doing. You're the 4'6" person walking around midgets talking about we have problems. No, you're taller than us. You're just not as tall as them. So because you're not as tall as them, and you know you can't fit in with them, you're trying to lord over us.
The root of the issue is that we have been force-fed what beauty is supposed to look like. Women don't.
You just forced us to believe that you're beautiful. You just forced us to believe that you're beautiful. You said it. I know I am.
I don't give a fuck. I believe it.
See?
You believe it because I believe it? That's more power to me. More people need to walk around talking about they believe they beautiful. Be like, okay.
No, they don't.
But then wouldn't that be force-fed?
That has nothing to do with
That's
your confidence.
delusion.
Or my confidence, like whatever.
Like right there today, black girls were going crazy on Facebook. People sent it to me about this some white girl.
Hey,
you saw that post? They were pissed at this girl. She's trying to be black. I was like, no, she's not.
White girls, like I'm from New York. They all tan.
Yeah, yours.
I didn't understand why they were saying she's trying to be black. She's not trying to be black. They don't tend to get black. That's a stupid thing to say. Yeah, but I'm saying they don't tend to get black. It's a stupid thing to say. Because if they call a woman your color black, then black people wouldn't have a problem with you, and that's the scary thing. If you don't acknowledge you're black, like Tiger Woods, whenever he say he's not black, there's a problem. Like Jesse Williams, that was saying. He stood up for black women, but as soon as he got him a white woman, there was a problem. They hated him now. But his mom is white. Is he literally not supposed to find white women attractive at all? It's ridiculous.
I mean, a lot of times I feel like men growing up find a lot of qualities in women that are, parallel to their mothers. So no,
that's
it's not
false.
unreasonable. But at the same time,
Hell
I don't
no,
know
that's
why we
weird.
can't separate love and race. Like, You know, I don't think anyone really goes out there and says, "Oh, I'm gonna fall in love with a person that looks like this." Like sometimes shit just happens.
But that's what I'm saying. But it seems like
You gotta let it go.
but notice, it seems like black women only accept when they get a white man or a man of another race. Like there's a woman right now that runs around. Her name is I forgot what her name is, but she's so-called the dark skin advocate. She says she wants everybody to date dark skin women pretty. She's tired of people not saying the dark skin women are pretty, and dark skin men have this issue with dating dark skin women, and they all want to get a mixed chick or a white chick, and she's tired of it. Well, 3 years into her campaign, guess who she's with now?
A white man?
A light-skinned man, real high-heeled man. After telling everybody else it was wrong to do it, and she said, "Well, no, everybody's supposed to find dark-skinned women attractive, so this is not a problem." She said, "I'm just tired of dark-skinned men being with non-dark-skinned women." I was like, "That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard." But if you notice right now,
we're still talking about it is a problem.
Yes. So when I bring up things, and I'm going to go back to letting you ask me questions. But when I bring up things about black women specifically, it's because this is the group that does the most talking, that's out front the most. Yeah. Black dudes just allow you to do whatever it is you do. We don't fuck with Serena Williams. We let her go on about her business. We don't fuck
we fuck with Serena Williams because we're like, sis, really?
Well, here's the problem with Serena Williams. My problem. I said something about it because it was strange when she had people like with regular black dudes trying to talk to her. She was keeping them niggas on the low and was just basically fucking them. She got this corny ass white dude.
She can only go lighter from that. I mean, that's how I felt.
Well, see, but that's what I'm saying though. But like when a black dude does something like that, like look at what happened with Michael B. Jordan. He did nothing wrong.
Rest in peace.
But that's what I'm saying. He did nothing wrong. He was on a damn boat with non-black people.
I mean, but it's just like, you know, you have all this hope.
What hope? That's what I'm saying. That's scary.
It doesn't matter. Like, I'm all for equality and blah, blah, bullshit and all that. But it's like still in the back of your mind, there's like all this hope for like a black man. You're like, oh, yes, I can be with him. And then you're like, oh, that's what he chooses. Never mind.
So why aren't black men running around pissed the fuck off at all these black women who we wish we had them, but they chose a white man?
Because a black man looks at a black woman and is like, you want to deal with her? Take her. That's why.
It's probably a lot of men in your life that you didn't talk to. And I'm pretty sure hurt their feelings, but they wanted a chance with you.
You want to
take her. But they ain't going around on your page now hating on you because of it.
Lies.
Okay, so it's dudes on your page now going off on you because you didn't talk to them. Point me to it. I'm on your page.
No, they're not bold enough to go on my page. They stay in the DMs though. Like, really, that's what you're doing? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, everybody hate behind closed doors. That's what do.
No one really want to hate in public, but
black women literally will hate in public. They tried to boycott Black Panther because they found out that niggas wasn't with black chicks when they went to the premieres. That's shit that made no sense. They boycotted Luke Cage because they found out. Did you see Luke Cage go on the Wendy Williams show? And all the women was talking about how fine he was. And then he said, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm married. They told his wife, them bitches booed. They booed. Who does that?
There's been so many decades of just hate and slander and shame against black women. When they finally see something of value, a man that seems like he has the potential to live up to their expectation in their mind.
You mean
and
then
they see what in their mind he settles for. It just continues. It continues the conversation that we're less than. It's like, well, shit. You know, I wasn't white enough. I wasn't light enough. My hair wasn't straight enough. It's like I wasn't submissive enough. I talk too much. Like, it's just
they weren't trying to be submissive.
That we are told that we do when we see a man that we actually like look up to.
They didn't want him until he got money. How do you think that?
Nobody want nobody until they got money.
Ma'am, let me ask you a question. How do you think that dark-skinned man, along with me and several other dark-skinned men, feel when y'all don't want us when we 10, you didn't want us when we 20, but as soon as we get to the NBA or as soon as we get a fucking hot record, now you want us and we should choose you when you didn't want us when we didn't have it? The light-skinned nigga don't have no, wait, hold on one second. The light-skinned nigga didn't have no job just like I did, but he got a whole lot of pussy. The light-skinned nigga, he got all the pussy, and I didn't get to sit around and complain about that shit. I just worked my ass off, got what I wanted, now I'm supposed to be with you. That don't make sense.
Listen, and then 40 years from now, she's gonna be telling her kids how he was the best husband, he was the best man, and she gonna tell them how their father was a shit. So what do you want? I don't know.
What I'm saying is, like somebody like what's it, Tyrese? I remember the first time I saw Tyrese. He was a Coca-Cola commercial, and he got on the bus. He was nobody big at that point, but he got on the bus and he had on the headphones and he was singing. He had a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
You know what my mom said to me, and I think I was about 15?
What?
That nigga black as hell.
Really?
That was the only words that came out of my mother's mouth. He'll tell you, nobody found him attractive. Yet as soon as he got money, and he put the people who were attracted to him, then there's a fucking problem. Black women are fucking assholes because they treat people like crap. But then if you get money, you're not supposed to be nice to them. That's not right.
Like me, I feel like that affected your self-esteem growing up.
But you just talked about how stuff affected their self-esteem, as if it was something that everybody else got to look out for.
No, exactly. It affects all of our self-esteem, but I feel like you as a black man, it affected your self-esteem.
Yeah, but you said it to me as if it's a bad thing, but said it to them as if it's something you're supposed to help them out with. Why is that?
No, I didn't. Why are you getting defensive?
I'm not getting defensive. I'm saying
making a speculation.
No, I just
You're really speculating. So
okay, guys, I didn't say that you were wrong. I didn't say you were wrong. I asked a simple question. Audience, was my question not relevant, or do we need to giggle through it and try to make it seem like it's something?
We don't even need to giggle. I just need the answer to my questions. And
I just answered it. You got an audience of people who heard what I said.
Oh, it's getting spicy.
I didn't say anything wrong.
It's
I'm
getting
saying
spicy.
You literally said that when it was coming to women, that we're supposed to look out for them because they've been mistreated by the man and everybody else. You did.
But I don't. I don't necessarily think we should be coddled for it, but I think we need to recognize how all of this has affected our self-esteem, men and women.
I could have sworn I answered, I dealt with that. And then when I said something which was the same thing on the other side.
Was it?
Was it not?
Was it?
You can tell me if it wasn't because I'm the one who said it thinking it was. But if it wasn't, then you can tell me it wasn't.
I don't know. How did that affect you as a child?
Are we really not going to answer any of that? That's what I'm saying,
I
guys.
She put him on the couch.
This type of attitude that people have is so weird. And I don't get this.
As a child growing up, I thought I was asking you questions, and I want to know how it affected you as a child.
But when you were asking me questions, it was literally to go away from what I said. If you asked me a question and I asked you a question that had nothing to do with what I said, I just wanted to go to something else. Like when you said, I didn't tell you, oh, so those women were so. No, I just answered it. I didn't try to make them seem like they were less than because of it.
I think you could go into that as well if you'd like to, but I still want to know.
No, but I'm saying I answered it. I literally answered what you said. I didn't try to belittle it. I just answered it.
We can move on. That's fine.
Now, when someone would ask, I would tell anyone, everything you've gone through affects all of us. Me, it made me look at life differently. I said, as a dark-skinned man, my job is to, because as a man, we don't get to cry about what happens. So my job was, you know what? I'm watching what happens. Michael Jordan just got popular. Wesley Snipes just got popular. All of these people got popular. And how'd they get popular? They went out and they hustled. And when they got something, they wanted them. So what did I do? I did the same thing. I went out and I said, I'm not going to cry about the situation. The world is what it is. When you're born in it, if you're a midget, you know it's a tall person's world. When you're poor, you know it's a rich person's world. If you're a fat woman, you know for a fact that you're probably not going to be prom queen. But what do you do at that point? If there's things you can change, if you're fat, you know you can go on a diet at least. If you're short, I feel bad for you because you can't change that. But there's other things you probably can do. Me, I couldn't change my dark skin. I'm a 42-year-old man, and I'm still.
Well, you could become Sammy Sosa.
Online, you can see it. They call a grown-ass man an 8-year-old's disc.
You could become Sammy Sosa, though, G. You could just bleach your skin all the way to you white. That's an option.
But I deal with it. Why? Because it's life. And I don't go around like black women trying to say, other people must coddle me because of how they feel or because they don't like what they see. Or I don't go around saying it's a white man's world, the white man doing this. I know for a fact, and mixed dudes can tell you, they'll get a lame looking white dude and treat him like they won a trophy. But if it's a black dude, he got to have swag and got to be thugged out and all this stuff. So the black dude got to be like Carmen, but when you get to a white dude, he can be that lame ass dude that the Reddit guy. That you could be with two different. The white dude could be corny as fuck, but as long as he white, that's cool. You don't tell the white dude he sound white. You don't tell the white dude he don't have swag. He changed with him. Like Eve was the pit bull in the skirt when she was dating.
Or they don't tell them they talk black if they talk
black.
She
got a white man. She done covered up the fucking tats. Told people how she getting surgeries to get rid of the tats, and is on talking like this now. And she never did that for no black dude. But you don't see Lil Wayne going around being thugged out when he with a black chick. Get him a white chick. Now I'm not Lil Wayne. You don't see it.
He's Mr. Carter now.
Let's just say you don't see it. He's still
I'm
the same
Dwayne.
motherfucker with all that bullshit in his face.
I'm Dwayne Carter, not Lil Wayne.
But really, I guess my question to you then is, do you feel like the way you were treated and the things you experienced as a child has affected what you're attracted to?
Sonya, that's just a saying. You can't prove that at all. And what does that even mean? What juice is sweeter? People are people. They're not berries. So that whole that whole statement, I've never understood this statement because we're not berries. And what juice are you talking about? What do you mean they're sweeter? Are you saying they're better because they're darker? How do you quantify that? Like, how do you prove that? It's a cute saying, though, but you can't prove it at all.
Now, as a grown man.
No, I'm attracted to all women. Matter of fact, probably I'm more attracted
to women. It doesn't matter.
I'm actually more attracted to darker skinned women. Since I've been doing this, and it's been almost 10 years now, people have only seen me with 2 white women and probably
The first time I actually ever saw that, saying I was at college with my mom. She went to a HBCU, and that was one of that shit used to be all over the goddamn school. And knowledge is power, and a whole bunch of other MLK posters and things of that nature. Yeah, that's the first time I heard it at HBCU.
4. Most of the women that I enjoy are darker skinned women. I just do. I think that they're beautiful, but I've found
Black men being that's it's a choice of preference. But he's a dark man, and he telling y'all what he dealt with as a kid growing up and what he still deal with as a grown man. And telling you, as a grown man, people still call him Blackie, Darky, Crispy. Yeah, we do it. We tell a nigga to shut they black ass up quick. We'll call them blue black. We make fun of dark-skinned motherfuckers. We just do. That's a reality. And niggas talk about Flavor Flav because he dark, he ugly and dark. That's a fucked up combination, but yeah, we see the darkness before we see the ugliness with Flavor Flav. So I'm saying, we talk about dark skin motherfuckers. Notorious Big called himself ugly. He said dark skin, ugly is ever, however. And then he had to tell y'all he stayed cooled you down. He had to spend money to get desirable, even though he had babies before he really had rap money, but he was selling dope and that stuff. Now, I don't think he's talking about just in general people having a problem dating black, dark men. And he just dark-skinned women have their challenges. They'll tell you how they are talked about because of their dark skin and all of that stuff there. And she said she had her own challenges. She said the black girls would fuck with her because she light-skinned, even though she black. Hey, Truth. I forgot to play your drop when you came up. Hold on.
Check out the content. This is content. Bruv. We got content.
We got content, man.
I'm on break. I ain't got time.
What the fuck? How you done been at work for 3 damn minutes and you on break already? What the fuck? Can you at least can you put your uniform shirt on or something? Can you clean off your work area first?
I got my name tag and everything. I'm just on break.
This nigga done clocked in, went and made some coffee, put her breakfast in the microwave, and cut on the TV and watching Good Morning America. Black people. See.
Sir, can I please just relax and drink my coffee and I'll be back. I'm just let me drink my coffee. This has been a day. This has been a day.
Truth is acting just like a nigga. She come in late like a nigga, and now she complaining. Everybody had a day, ma'am. I had a day too.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm just saying, I didn't feel the need to tell the people. I ain't trying to feed the people with my stories.
I ain't telling no stories. I just said it been a day. We ain't finna share no stories. Fuck that. I just said I had a day. That's it.
A date?
I said
I had my struggles. Oh, okay. I was about to say, how many more dates are you gonna have, lady? You getting hot
You know
in the
what?
pants.
You know what? See, oh my
You need to sit
gosh.
your ass down somewhere, truth. I'm just saying.
I ain't
Sonya.
did
So these people here, I'm a brown skinned person, and they call me a darkened, and they not saying it as a compliment. They making it seem like if I was dark, that it would be a diss. It's a bad thing. I'm just saying, they hate niggas. They I don't know. They be trying to classify me as dark skinned. I don't mind, but I'm just like, I'm not, but if I was, I don't mind. Like you probably everybody that be saying this shit to me is darker than me. That's what's funny. They darker than me, and they be like, yo, black ass, you dark. And I just see I got PTSD from when that woman called me a dark, and I can still hear the vitriol in her voice. I'm like, what I do to you? I was just on the damn panel. I
the
don't think
funny
I
part,
never made no Melissa jokes.
but the funny part is she just as dark as you.
Darker. She
Yes.
is darker than me. She's the real dark, and I'm brown.
Yes. Yes. That's the funny part.
I just PTSD. She
Damn
mischaracterized
PTSD.
me.
Child bad.
It is. It be your own fault.
You
And
talk
I
about
ain't
light
never
skin.
had no
You talk
white
about
person call me a
you
dark. And
Trey, you talk about light skinned men all the time. You should not have no PTSD. You talk about
I
light
hate
like
they motherfucking asses. I hate they light skinned privilege having asses. I do.
ah,
Can't
well,
stand them. Ugly ass
well,
pretty boys. Fuck them with they soft asses.
damn.
The funniest thing is, I tell the story all the time. When I was in 8th grade, I fell in love with this little girl. I thought she was the most beautiful girl in the world. It was a dark-skinned chick. And we went to a little house party. And they said, you could go inside the closet for a little 7 minutes of heaven. What the fuck?
Oh, Lord.
So I was so happy to be going in there with her. Well, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing because I was nervous. I was like, I just want to be around her. Because she would talk to me in class. But I was never kind of, even now, I'm not the approach a woman kind of thing. I'm kind of shy. So
You're shy?
So in the closet, I'm with her and I'm just so happy. And I heard them outside of the closet making jokes about how black we were. We couldn't see each other. We had kids. I remember every one of them. Do you know when I got out of that closet? Every time.
Kids are cruel. Big girl Petty is crazy. This shit was funny as hell when she said white power. I couldn't do the but laugh. It was so innocent too. She don't know what the hell that mean or nothing. It was funny. Oh, but it's actually balanced though. She heard me say black power. It's balanced. We was talking about a white bunny, black bunny. It's the world. But that shit was funny. It just came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting that one. She be doing this shit all day too. It just be funny moments all day. She really could have her own reality show. It'll have its dull spots, but damn it, it would have a lot of funny ones too.
She tried to speak to me in class. I never spoke to her again. And I love this girl as a kid, but I love this girl. And I would never speak to her again because of how
I think you just answered the question I asked you previously.
I thought I answered the question you asked earlier. No, I thought I answered that question.
No, we scar each other. The simple fact that as a child you can remember this happening to you.
But I've been saying that.
Like, no, we scar each other, but that's why
I literally was saying that on my show last night. Audience, was that not what I was saying in my show last night? Yes, because if I'm going to talk to someone and I'm telling them something and they're going to act like I didn't say it, I have a bunch of people who've heard me say it for years.
Act like you didn't say it, but like
you are. When I was telling you, I said that though, but you won't acknowledge it. Then
question because I asked it and my tonality was completely different because I was asking it from a different place. You wanted to shoo it away, but you telling that story.
No, I didn't. I wanted you to answer my question first. That's how things are supposed to go. If you ask me a question, and I even gave an example, this makes no sense. I gave an example that you asked a question and I gave an answer first. I'm not going to not hear your question or ignore it. That to me is respect.
Okay.
I wouldn't let my kid do it. If I ask you something, you answer it, and then we go to something. That's like proper etiquette protocol. Yes, you have haters because the condescension is high, and I don't know why, but so what I'm going to do is just
it's because she likes.
And I'm just going to answer them because I don't know why
It's
people
because
have
she
a discussion
light
like
skinned.
that. I think that's so. I'm gonna just answer what you have because this is getting weird.
How is it getting? It's not getting weird.
It's getting
We're
weird
just getting to
because
a place where you're getting really personal.
No,
and I
I'm not
think
getting
that's
personal. There are people in
uncomfortable.
the audience who are seeing it, ma'am. And it's like the typical black woman says, fuck what everybody else just saw. I don't care if 19 people tell me my underarm stink. I don't think they do. I don't care if 19 people see I hit your car. I didn't. And that's weird. I'm not making this up. We have an audience of people who are saying this is getting weird because the person's not even acknowledging what's being said to them. So I'm just gonna let you ask a question and I'm gonna answer.
Cool. Let's let it go because whatever. Anyway, what's up with the? Can I call it what I want to call it? Can I call it the maggot hat?
What's up with
Make
it?
America Great Again.
Mm-hmm.
What is this about? I need to know.
Well, it's his campaign slogan. And if you, it's just like if you were a Warriors fan, they have shirts called the City, and you wear the City shirt.
Am I allowed to ask you? Did you honestly vote for Trump? And if you did you vote for Obama previously?
I voted for. I can go back.
Yeah.
I voted for. Bill Clinton was probably the first person I voted for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they got people calling because they think they're cute. They're doing the whole that. I voted for Bill Clinton because that was the first time I was able to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I voted for Gore, but they cheated Gore with Bush.
You're right.
Then after the second time, I voted for Bush because I thought John Kerry was an idiot. Then after that, I voted for Barack Obama because I wanted to see a so-called black man win. I was like, and I sure didn't want an old motherfucker to win. I thought that nigga would die in office. And I surely didn't want that woman who was his vice president because that bitch said she can look out her window and see Alaska.
And the old
She
nigga
can see
still
Russia.
got in the office.
Her house in Alaska. So I didn't want that bitch to win. So I was voting for, at that point, I don't want a person who's weak. So all these people were stupid to me. So I voted for
Why
Bush
did
that
you
time.
just pick a so-called black man though?
Huh?
Why did you say so-called black man?
Because he's not black. He's mixed. He's biracial. He's not black. If you call him black, then you can call him white. And the reason why you can't call him white, because white people won't allow you to call him white. So that's why mixed people love to call themselves black, because they're the 4'5" person hanging around midgets. Mixed people should be called midgets. They should be called mixed. They should be called biracial. They should have their own thing. If I take yellow and blue, it's no longer called yellow or blue. It's called green. And everybody accepts it as green because they know it's not that anymore. It's common sense. You don't mix two things and all of a sudden still have one of the two things. It's a new thing. That's not even an arguable thing. It actually is. The one drop rule was given to black people because white people looked at anything that looked kind of with anything else. They wanted to screw up black folks, and it worked because white people don't have the argument that black folks have. We got the argument of, well, you got a skinny nose like white people, you got good hair. The fact that you even use this term lets you know white people have done a great job of confusing a group of people by dropping their little blood in them and then pushing it on them. They did the same thing when they came into America. They raped the Indians and caused the mixed Indians to fight the regular Indians. They did it on purpose. If you look at colonization, and anybody that's ever researched colonization, they know that the two main principles to colonize a people is to kill the men and destroy the lineage.
Exactly. But I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the male being the dominant partner, all right? So let's say the male is the seed and the female is the earth, right? If you were to plant an apple seed in, I don't know, grounds where only oranges grow, would an orange grow or would it still be an apple tree? If the man is the seed and the woman is the earth, then you can't change what the seed is. So if the father is black, no matter what the woman is that child still not black?
Maybe you don't understand the difference between biology and seed planting. When you plant a seed in the soil nourishes it, but it doesn't mix it.
And it doesn't change what it is.
Hold on, but when you mix a human, thank you, that the people who know biology know this is a poor analogy. I guess if we're talking to an idiot, then yes, an idiot might not understand that. But a person who knows biology knows when you mix people, that's why when you have your chromosomes, you get half of one and half of the other. But when you put an apple seed in the ground, you don't get half apple seed and half the dirt. I get what you're trying to do, but if I say something that's 100% true, if I say something that's true, then please at least acknowledge it.
What seed you plant,
it's not a
seed of the fruit that it came from, is what I'm saying to you.
But you're not acknowledging that it is a half mixture. Dear, you're not acknowledging. Dear, please don't talk to a biologist instead of trying to argue with me, because that's inappropriate at that point. That's like me arguing with somebody that said 5 + 5 is 10, but I don't want to say it because it ruins my argument. I literally just said a fact. Talk to any geneticist, please. Don't sit and argue with me. Talk to a geneticist.
Sir. You're right. I'm gonna let you have it. You're right. You got it. Like what? You got it. It's cool. So you can only be black if your mother's black and your father's black. Yes? Right?
This man has a white mom and a black dad.
Yes. Other than that, you mix.
She doesn't tell people she's mine or her mom.
It's really simple.
She literally does. She doesn't say, I'm just his. It doesn't make sense to say I'm just his. I'm both of theirs. It took both of them to make me. If they took her DNA, it's literally half mine and half hers.
So is your daughter mixed?
Yes, with me.
But even with if you're saying if your mother black, you black, what if the dad is white? It's the same thing if they saying the dad is black. So you just say, fuck the other parent. They genes don't matter. They just pick black and white be damned, even though they're both. Sometimes they got their own little Drake looking color. Sometimes the motherfuckers look white like they parent. Sometimes they look black like they parent. They could come out 3 different ways, and we still gonna just call them black. Why? Who else does that?
And her mom.
What is her mother?
Well, this is a nationality mix. Her mother is Guyanese, her father is Panamanian.
Okay.
She's neither.
She's neither. She's both.
There you go. You're either neither and both at the same time. So
How
because
about neither and both?
Because a biracial person is neither of theirs because they're not the same. Just like yellow and blue is neither and both.
Okay.
It literally is. Green.
So you're
green is neither and both. Guys, tell me if I'm lying. Yellow and blue makes green. Green is neither and both.
Neither should be claimed, but both should be claimed.
No, I just said it's neither and both. It's neither of them because as it's mixed, it became its own. But it took both of them to make it. That's common sense. Like, no matter how much laughing we do, I'm really 100% correct. Talk to a geneticist. Just talk to a geneticist. That's all I'm asking.
So intense.
No, it's just weird that if I'm saying something is true and people are laughing at it, it's like, but the truth
no,
is
you are neither, but you are both. Okay. I get it. Okay. Sure.
But I spoke about, but I don't even understand. I thought the question was about the MAGA hat, and just because I said so-called black man.
And then I asked you about.
But I'm saying because I said so-called black man, we then got into an argument about something that I was 1,000% correct.
I just needed to know why you said so-called black man, and that's how we got here.
Yes, but when I explained it, then it was kept going down the rabbit hole. It wasn't okay. That's actually 100% correct. Now let me get back to the MAGA hat.
Okay, you're good. Let's get back to the MAGA hat. Why do you wear that hat? Do you really believe in what Trump stands for? Honestly,
what Trump stands for is the equivalent of, I look at it like my mom or my brother, or even someone I'm dating. Let me explain. Do I stand for everything they stand for in my family? No, I do not. Mm-hmm. But I know that that's my family. Do I stand for everything that the person I'm dating stands for? No. But I know that's who I chose. In America, we wanted the white people who did not stand for what Barack Obama stood for to acknowledge that he was their president. We thought it was disrespectful if they did. We thought it was disrespectful if they ran up on him and said something when he was trying to just do his job, whether they liked it or not. So if we treated him that way, why would we now turn around and say you can treat the current president like shit because you don't like it? It's the same thing. If you are to have respect for the office, then you have respect for the office. Wearing the MAGA hat is the equivalent of me being a San Francisco fan, and I don't like the way the coach is going right now, but I'm a San Francisco fan. He's the president, and we should back the president because if you got a pilot, no matter how much you're racist and you don't like black folks, if you look in that cockpit and you see as a black dude, you know what you better do? Hope you know what he's doing and cheer for his ass while you're on the flight, because if he fuck up, we all dead. This is our president. If he fucks up, we're all dead. So I would rather talk to him in a respectful tone, and I would rather treat him in a way in which I can try to get him to say, just like yesterday, I had people mad. The people who were Trump voters were mad because I was calling him out on his bullshit. And I said, but as he worked, because they kept saying, he's the boss. I said, no, he's not. He works for us. And we need to treat him that way. If he's doing something that's out of line, we need to talk to him and tell him to do the right thing. And if he keeps doing it out of line, we need to get him out of office. Anybody who's in office, we need to understand they work for us. And until we start treating them like they work for us, we're going to keep sitting here arguing over crap. So if he works for me, and I know it, then I have no problem wearing his hat. Just like when I buy stock in Apple, I have no problem wearing an Apple hat. I have stock in America, and he is the CEO of America. I voted for him, so I have no problem because I damn sure wasn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton, who stood up there and said black men are what was the word she said, guys?
Bullet
black
bags.
Men were young black teenagers are
super predators.
I'm damn sure not going to vote for Hillary Clinton when I know that under her husband, Bill Clinton, was the largest incarceration of black men in history. In history. But black folks still are okay with that guy because he just put black men in jail. So it's okay because we don't give a crap about black men.
I don't think any of it is okay, but I think Trump is particularly polarizing, especially when it comes to minorities. Now, there might be a lot of things that you agree with him as far as his policies go, but I think this man is openly racist. Like, is that the thing? Like,
what do you mean openly racist? Please explain this to me. You just made a statement. Guys, if somebody called me something, I would like you to do it.
Then have someone who pretends that they're not.
No.
Keep in mind, this is from Trump's first term.
No, you said openly racist. Please tell me what, because you don't know him unless you know something I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know him personally, but just the things that he has said.
About 7 years old.
How are you going? First, can we just talk about how he talks about immigrants, especially Hispanic immigrants?
Hold on. So talking about immigrants make you racist. Go ahead. Explain it.
He called Mexicans criminals. Like, that's okay? How is that different from Hillary calling black men criminals?
Okay,
like,
you just said, hold on. You just wait a minute. You just said, I'm curious. You just said that black folks don't know the difference between a race and a nationality. And then you just turned back around and said, he called Mexicans criminals. So he's racist.
You said that black people don't know.
And you said you agree. We both said it. Would you like me to play back? Because we both said it.
How is that a difference, honestly?
Because a Mexican isn't a race by what you said. Because there can be black Mexicans, white Mexicans, Asian Mexicans. It's not a race.
there's intention behind people's words. And I think a lot of times what we don't do is we don't look at the intentions behind people's words. Instead, we want to dissect it and make it politically correct. But
that's what you're doing.
No, but listen, you can tell the intentions behind someone's words. Can you not? Honestly, if someone's trying to be a dickhead to you, but they present it in such a way where,
when me and the audience kept telling you, when me and the audience kept saying that you're being condescending and rude, you said no, you're not. So apparently we're not good. But ma'am, but my point is, and you should get this right now. Apparently we're not good at telling people's intentions because you're telling us we're wrong, dear. So maybe you're wrong about him too.
I can't even see what they're saying.
I know, but I'm telling you what they're saying. And when you go back, you can read it. I would just make it up. But when I was telling you how I felt, you just told me, first off, we can tell. We know how people treat. So when I said it to you, you didn't give me that same credit, did you? You didn't say I can tell.
Would you like for me to rewind and give you that same credit then?
No, the point is, why would you then turn around and try to use that logic on someone else when you said it didn't work on you? You have had several times people thought you were stuck up and you weren't. You didn't do anything to them. Did I lie?
Do you have an understanding, or do you just want to have a debate where in which you always get your point across?
Did you just really say that towards something I made a real point because you used it to?
I did actually, yeah.
Yeah. If I make a point, it doesn't matter because we can just be condescending and we can be smart about it. It doesn't
now
matter.
I'm being condescending again.
Because I made an actual point and you just ignored it. I said to you,
Let me
try it again. Many people have told you and other people that they thought you meant something that you didn't. That was either yes or no question.
So do you think his intentions then? His intentions
apparently
are
I don't. That's what was the point. And there's several people who don't. Because if a man is saying, it's just like me in my house, I won't let anybody in my house. And the same rules that that Donald Trump has about immigration, Barack Obama had them. He just didn't say it out loud. It's the same thing about George Bush and the Patriot Act. Everybody thought the Patriot Act was fucked up, which it was. Mm-hmm. And then Barack Obama passed this thing called the NDAA, which was worse than the Patriot Act. But because a black man did it, we okay with it. That's wrong. How are you gonna let somebody pass something that surpasses the Patriot Act, that holds Americans criminals? Do you not understand that everything Donald Trump said out in the open is exactly what Barack Obama said about the same people?
But that's what I just asked you. I said, is it because he says what he means? Instead of hiding it, makes you more comfortable.
No, it's because the thing is, if you have a country, every other country on the planet stops other people from coming to theirs. They will kill you in some planets if you just in some nations if you come in there. Yet for some reason, America is supposed to have open borders when we know from what the Cubans did, the Cuban wave, what Cuba did, and it was one of those fucked up things that Castro did. He put about 40% of his worst criminals and sent them to America. The majority of these people are not going to send their best people. That's what Donald Trump is saying. Their best people aren't coming. They're going to try. If you own the country, wouldn't you try to keep your best scientists, your best doctors, your best lawyers? So who would you send out of the country though?
People I don't need.
That's what they were doing, and that's what he was saying. And if you look at it, that's literally what's been happening. That they're sending straight up criminals.
But I think the narrative is not just that. It's like you can't look at everyone and say, "Oh, you're a criminal." There are people who honestly just want a better life.
Yes, but how do you discern between them without closing the border and making a proper path to citizenship? And if you listen to what Donald Trump says, he doesn't care who comes. Like he said, you just got to come the right way. Like my parents came. I had so many Mexicans who sit there and say, my parents came the right way. Why can't everyone else do it that way? Or what about you? If you worked your ass off and you got your education and now you have a good job, you're the same woman who look at other black people and say, hey, I did it, you can too. Do it the right way. Why would you think that because you're black, you should bypass doing it the right way and go steal? That's all. We have a rule of law. Why not? He didn't change the laws. Name a law Donald Trump changed. He hasn't changed one. He's just enforcing it.
I'm not all saying that, but I'm also saying that you cannot just say everyone.
No one said that.
Group everyone in this one category. Say, oh, they're all criminals. Everyone who's trying to, take
anyone who's not trying to come in legally is actually a criminal. They're breaking your national law. I don't understand the misunderstanding there. All he's saying is he's not kicking you out if you came in legally. He's kicking you out if you didn't. You got a Mexican guy in there right now who just said there are many of them who are coming over here having a baby just so they won't have to go home. This is a Mexican who just said this. As a black person,
they know the loopholes.
Or a black woman, there's nothing wrong with saying, like if you see the Me Too movement, you can call out the crap and say, yeah, I'm a woman, but that's bullshit. We got people all over the world who say, yeah, I don't like a lot of shit that Donald Trump says, but I'm not gonna call a man racist because what he just said about this is actually a fact. I can't call him racist because the one thing I noticed, a person I really, really love, his name is Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker talks about all the money he made with Donald Trump. He's a dark-skinned man. You don't see him on TV. He'd go around saying how much money he made with Donald Trump. He said that the family he took care of, because Herschel Walker used to be in the NFL and he was one of the greatest college running backs in history. Herschel Walker said that he takes care of several of his family members. They lived off of him and his NFL money. He said they had no problem when he was working with Trump and bringing that money home. All of a sudden, those same people got mad that he was continuing to work with Donald Trump when Donald Trump was running for presidency. And his family members tried to act like they wouldn't speak to him. And he said he spent years taking care of those same people. He said that makes no sense. Think about all the rappers who had no problem rapping about Donald Trump and talking about how great Donald Trump was. But now he's the president, he's racist? Well, why wouldn't the fuck he racist when you was rapping about it? There's an actual song, I didn't even know it, by the young lady, the young dude. I'm friends with his mom. And the dude is named Ray Schreiber or something like that. But I'm friends with his mom. And she sent me a message saying, my son got a song about Donald Trump. He put it back out in 2014. I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, it makes no sense that all these people are now claiming they hate the man when everybody loved the man before he ran for president. If he was racist now, he's racist then. Huh?
You think we're all just hypocrites then?
I think the majority of people are hypocrites. It's very difficult to stay, like right now. I'm the main person who said, well, I showed everybody who I voted for when I went to the voting booth because I'm telling people to go vote. So I went to vote. And when I went to vote, I went and I filmed the entire thing. And any one of the Republicans who said something stupid, I went off on them. Meaning, I didn't vote straight Republican. I would never vote straight Democrat. I don't think you should be allowed to do that. I think you should know every candidate before you vote for them, which would allow us to be a more informed public. The majority of people don't even know who their tax commissioner is. They don't know who their mayor is. They don't know who their senator is. All they do is wait on the damn presidential election, the last line of defense.
Which is not the most important election, just to be clear.
That's what I said. It's the last line of defense. By the time the president does or says anything and enacts something, it's too late when it comes to you.
Absolutely.
But that motherfucker who your governor, he's affecting your life right then.
But don't you think that people are comfortable with how they categorize people in their heads? So in other words, Donald Trump is a comfortable character for us to look at on television as, you know what I'm saying, investing in real estate. That's comfortable. Him running the country, maybe not so comfortable.
But here's the thing. None of these people running the country, if you look at these presidents, no matter who they are, the last group of people they give a shit about is black people. If you want to be offended by something, look at what Barack Obama did. He came out and said, I'm not the black president, I'm the American president. But then what did he do with gays? He gave them all kind of damn policies and past shit and even turned the White House the rainbow color for a night to show them that he had solidarity with them. And while he did it, do you know black male unemployment reached an all-time high?
I don't even think we can bring homosexuals into this because they're of every color, so it's like... No, I understand what you're saying, but...
That's what I mean. Like, if I'm making a point, it's like you're saying, well, let's just talk about something else now. Because I'm making a point saying that this president, who is there, and if you say this one president is not having our best interest, but this other one not only didn't have our best interest, he oversaw the largest amount of unemployment in the history of America of black men since Jim Crow. Look it up. Black men couldn't get up.
Do you really think that stemmed from Obama and not the administration before?
If you won't blame Barack Obama for the stuff, I'm going to give you that.
I'm not even saying that I won't, but I'm honestly asking you.
My point is, if you're going to ask that question, to do the same thing about Donald Trump. Just be fair.
I will, but I'm saying...
So Donald Trump's only been in office Donald Trump been in office less than 2 years, but we can't blame Barack Obama for the 8 years. But we're going to go off on Donald Trump when we won't even let him do his job. He got voted to do the job. Let him do his job.
We're not stopping him from doing his job.
So then why don't we just sit back and judge him when he's done then?
Because he won't stay off of Twitter. I don't know. Like, what
that has nothing to do with his job. But that has nothing to do with his job.
You are the president of the free world.
But it still has nothing to do with his job. And it could be a guy. Wait a minute. Bill Clinton got his dick sucked in the office, but people still love him.
That's Bill. That's not like, okay. Honestly, do I agree with that? Hell no. But to be honest with you, I was too young at the time.
Do you understand? I'm just making an analogy saying that this man
I understand.
Because every time I make an analogy, it's like it gets missed. I'm just saying this man did things we didn't like, but he did the job. So if this dude's on Twitter, I get that you don't like it. But we didn't vote for him to be the best Twitter candidate ever. We didn't vote for him.
We did not vote for him to be a public figure that is not.
No, what you voted? What do you vote your president to do?
For him to be the Uber celebrity.
Well, what do you vote your president to do?
What to do,
Can you tell me what you vote your president to do?
He could be doing like he just.
But can you tell me what you vote your president to do?
To even fucking verbalize anything intelligible, it is ridiculous. He is an embarrassment. Like, do your job, yes, but can you do it quietly? And can you stay off of Twitter? And can you stop insulting celebrities for no fucking reason? Can you actually take care of the world? Like, what the fuck are you doing? What is he doing? What is he doing right now for you?
You can do both, can't you?
In the last 2 years since you voted for him.
Can't you be on a flight and tweet?
Barack Obama was the highest it's been since Jim Crow. Under Donald Trump, it's the lowest it's been.
Okay. And that's what he's done for you personally?
I'm a black man, so yes.
There was a post, and I think
what has he done against you? How about that? Since that's the question you asked and I answered it, how about you tell me the vitriol of this man? I mean, did it hurt your feelings when you were little? I mean, that would be condescending and stupid to say.
Like, why are you still? You're still upset about that?
No, I'm saying I'm not upset. What I'm upset about is the idea that if we're going to have a conversation, when I answer yours, wouldn't it apply the other way around? You asked me what do you want
me to say?
No, I'm saying you said what has he done, and I answered it eloquently. Now I asked you what has he done against you. Hold on. So now I asked you in counter, what did he do against you? Because you asked me personally. So what has he done against you personally?
He has done nothing against me personally. Besides the fact that I'm a woman. Anyway, there was a post, and I think you were in your fact that I'm a woman, and there was a comment, and you said something to the effects of like, well, basically like I'm rich. Like you said something to someone, and the context of that whole thing was like, well, I'm rich, so. Because
he said, well, I will explain it.
You remember that?
Yes, because he said Donald Trump only helps the rich.
Yeah.
That's like he said. That's like he said the president only helps the women, and it's a woman I'm talking to. She'd say, well, yes, so that's why I like him. That is stupid. It's a dumb thing. Common sense. Poor people like people who help the poor, don't they?
Wow.
I don't get it. That's literally common sense. People who like steak go to steakhouses. Why would we try to force a vegetarian there?
Oh shit. What did I do? Oh no, I took them and forgot.
Hello, everyone.
I think I said, oh yeah, I know. I remember where I was at. My big finger is.
I looked at my face.
Has he not raised?
He said, oh, well, I will explain it.
You remember that?
Yes, because he said Donald Trump only helps the rich.
Yeah.
That's like he said the president only helps the women, and it's a woman I'm talking to. She'd say, well, yes, so that's why I like him. That is stupid. It's a dumb thing. Common sense. Poor people like people who help the poor, don't they?
Wow.
I don't get it. That's literally common sense. People who like steak go to steakhouses. Why would we try to force a vegetarian there?
Okay, so the fact that you say he helps, well, the commenter said, he only helps the rich. You're like, well, I'm rich. Like, fuck it, basically.
Because he said,
So,
the person said, what has he done for you? He only helps the rich. My response would be 100% accurate, wouldn't it? If I said, what has the person done for you? He only helped the light-skinned people. You're like, have you not looked at my face?
Okay. Has he not raised taxes for the wealthy?
No, he didn't raise them on me. I don't know what you're
He
talking
didn't raise
about.
them on you?
You have a CPA, ma'am, and you know what you're doing when you run your own business. That shit doesn't apply to you.
Okay.
That's what the world is about. Just like if you're a light-skinned dude, a lot of shit don't apply to you. Just like if you're a 7-foot dude, a lot of shit doesn't apply to you. You can't make people understand you. And do you understand he didn't raise the taxes? We got tax cuts. That's why people are upset. Because there were actually cuts, not raises.
Well, only on a certain percentage of people. There were tax cuts. Only people in a certain tax bracket. That's why I say. So if you're in a certain tax bracket, would you not be upset because he actually raised taxes?
Just like you said when you were talking earlier about how pretty you are, and you don't get upset about the advantages you get for being that. And you didn't even work to do that. You were just born that way. But the people who got rich, a lot of them actually worked for it. I grew up poor. So if I work for it, why would I be in turn around and say, I don't want to take advantage of it?
How is that a feasible analogy?
Well, because I was saying earlier, you're not going to turn down the perks you get for looking the way you look. And you didn't even work to do it. You were born that way. That's genetics.
Honestly, can I just say this? I work for everything that I have. And if anyone assumes that I get something extra off my looks, I don't. I was merely speaking out of a place of confidence.
Just being
when you were telling me that I assume.
Women, please tell me if you agree or disagree with what she just said. That a pretty woman gets treated no different than anyone else. Please tell me if that's true or not. Because she just said
that wasn't what I was saying though, because there's a lot of things.
Man, they tell
based
you,
on my looks,
yes,
there's a
they
lot that I
do.
would have to give up because of that, which I turned down because I'm not that person. So I think you need to think about what you're saying right now.
no. What I said is, I said you don't turn down the perks of it. Meaning, if you get more guys in your inbox trying to holler at you than the other girl, you're not gonna say, "Let's split it, girl." You don't. You accept what you get. The athlete accepts what he gets. That guy doesn't turn around and say, I'm not going to accept this $100 million contract.
Are you serious? That's what I'm trying to tell you right now, is I don't accept everything that I get.
I didn't say everything.
That comes to me. So
I didn't say everything. Just like the $100 million athlete doesn't accept every contract sent to them. Why would you even say that? It's an argument. My point was you have things that somebody else doesn't. And as a person who has it, you don't worry about what they don't have. You just do what you do. And you have more choices than the fat chick on prom. You don't turn around and tell her, I'm going to give you half the guys who try to talk to me. You just pick the one you want to go with. You understand you have more choices than her. It's life.
Did you realize that everyone doesn't think that way? I honestly don't want. No, seriously.
Says the person who came out talking about how beautiful they were when not prompted. But go ahead though.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. You got it. That you got all the fucking answers.
I just repeated what you said. Now I got all the fucking answers. So now
She
people
got
get mad.
spicy.
Oh, did I hear a nerve or something like that? What is it? Is it a sarcastic response now? I literally repeated what you said.
They jabbing at each other.
You never seen me have someone repeat my words and then I got mad at them for repeating my words. I cussed at them for repeating my words. I didn't mischaracterize her words. I literally just spoke them back and she cussed it. For saying them back. That's all.
She asked him why he getting defensive. Why she getting defensive?
Are you big man?
Are you big man? There we go. Are you mad?
I've enjoyed the conversation, but one thing I will not do is sit here and have people do that. I got to where I am because I do try to be professional. And once you start telling me I'm a big man, I get it. I enjoyed that I hope that you had fun. But when I bring people on, I do try to have a real conversation because there's a bunch of people watching.
And I was trying to have a real
So
conversation.
you're not going to keep on being sarcastic. There's no reason for it. If you have a problem with the way the president acts, then maybe you wouldn't act the same way, especially when I invited you here and I've allowed you to speak your mind. You literally cussed at me for repeating your words, then try to tell me, is you big man? Like we 12. Instead of saying I apologize, sir, for cussing at you for no reason because you hadn't done it to me.
Words at all.
I repeated your words, what you said. I'm not the one who brought that up at the beginning. You did. You talked about how you was beautiful and you know it. That was you.
That has to do with my own self-esteem and my confidence.
My only point, my dear, you didn't have to cuss at me at all. I didn't deserve it. And you damn sure didn't have to, after the response, tell me, is you big man? And me telling you, why would you talk to me like this on my own shit? Who does that? I wouldn't come in your house and disrespect your house and then say, is you big man?
Now I have disrespected you. After you have used my words against me, which you say that I said, when I told you I didn't say that. And then when I tried to explain to you,
you didn't try to explain it. You literally just cussed at me. The audience saw it. All I said was, says the person who said this earlier. That's all I said. And then your response was to cuss. You did not at any point try to say, well, let me explain. Because I've never cut you off from saying, let me explain. You literally just cussed at me. And I was like, what? And then when I stopped and said, why did you say that? You said, is you big man? That was your response. And even hearing it, you still won't say, okay, that was kind of childish. Nope.
Every single time I ask you a question that hits a nerve. You have been getting tense. You have, honestly.
Apparently you haven't been watching me then like you say you have. Because my conversations are like this.
Okay.
My conversations, if I'm having a passionate argument or discussion, there is passion. And for someone to try and belittle it when they got their passion up, they're not being belittled. Because you've done it too. You've been just as passionate in this. You've been just as passionate as me in this discussion, and ain't nobody belittled your response. Is you big mad? Nobody did that to you.
Happy little by
Different conversation,
You're responsible
son.
being passionate. I haven't belittled your passion.
She didn't see
If I
that
belittle
show.
something, it's because you're wrong. Like when you tried to say
You for that to work, you had to assume she saw that show and she doing it for him.
5 + 5 is 11. You mean to tell me you can't tell me if it's wrong? Seriously? If my opinion is that America has only been around for the last 30 years, you can't tell me that's wrong because that's my opinion.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I told you.
The 20-year-old was also cussing as well.
Opinions about different situations of
That was not an opinion what I told you, and I had to tell you to go get a geneticist. They will agree with me.
no, you told me to get a biologist.
I said either one.
The whole thing was to get your understanding of why you considered him a so-called black man. That was it.
If that was it, then we would have moved on, as I said earlier. As soon as I explained it, we
Move
would
on
have
from
moved on.
that.
No, it didn't.
You moved like 3 points on
Oh
that.
my goodness. Y'all didn't see any of what happened. In her mind, that's what happened, and that's what happened. Nothing else. The fact that I got a bunch of people and the person won't even, you know what's sad? The person could stop right now and just go look and see all these other people saying, ma'am, this is what you said. But they won't. They would just want to sit here and pretend to me that they didn't say it. And I can't believe that. That would be like me calling her a bitch. And then she said, you just called me a bitch. And I said, no, I didn't. And then all these people saying, I heard it. No, I didn't. Instead of saying, if I said that, I really apologize because I'm not trying to call you a bitch and I slipped out and said it. We're literally having a bunch of people saying, dude, for as pretty as she is, he's right. They haven't said that. It's sad that y'all haven't said that. She's beautiful, but he's right. I'm not trying to sit here, and it's the passive aggressive, like the person just wrote. That whole, I'm doing something that's irritating you, then I'm gonna giggle in the process of doing it, and then say, is you mad? Like we're grown, we're not 15. And I'm trying to have a discussion and literally let you and anyone else find out about me.
But what's crazy about her asking, are you mad? Is she got mad when he says the person that said she was beautiful unprompted. She got mad because
like, what do you honestly even believe in? Like, if all you want to do is sit here and just give facts when I'm asking questions about you, how are we supposed to get to know you at all?
Okay, if I ask you what's your favorite food, you're trying to get to know me. Oh, I'm trying to get to know you.
Right, but I'm asking you what is the thought process for you behind a certain action, and you're just giving me facts. I still don't know you. So if I'm asking you what
Wait,
is the thought process,
hold on. Listen to what you just said. And when I was giving the analogy, you didn't want it. And then you're going to keep talking around it when anybody knows what I'm saying. It's common sense. I would give you a fact about me in order for you to get to know me. So you asked me, why did I vote for a guy? I told you he was our president. You said, but yeah. Then you got into specifics. Once you get into specifics, I get into facts because you're asking me a specific. You literally are saying, what has he done for you? What should I do? Give you an opinion or give a fact? What you're saying makes no sense.
the fact should be about you then.
And it was. I literally did, and I can repeat it.
So then when I asked you about the tax bracket situation,
I gave another fact. I said he gave tax cuts for the rich. If I'm rich, why would I then be mad at him for doing it? That is a fact. And then I gave an analogy and said, if you as a woman are getting perks for being a woman, it's very difficult for you to be mad that you're getting them. Especially if you worked for it. I work for where I am. So I'm going to be, just like how you proudly said, everything I have, I work for. People who work for shit are proud of it. I work for what I have. I'm proud of it. And I don't want anybody taking it away from me. And I damn sure don't want a president that's going to get into office and say, I know you work for all of that stuff, but we're going to take half of it and give it to these people so they can have some. I don't like that idea.
I agree with you. Whatever you work for, you want to keep. But when I said that that's not how I think, at the same time, I know that there are people who can't do what I do, who don't think how I think. And do I want to help them? I do. I want to help them. Why is that bad?
Oh, I didn't, but that's like, women like to add things that weren't said. I never said it was bad that you choose to do it.
No, I'm not adding it. I'm asking you.
No, I'm saying, but you're asking something that was never even alluded to.
I'm asking it now.
No, listen, I said you're asking something that wasn't alluded to, meaning the part about it being bad. I never said it wasn't bad.
It was insinuated, and you never let me finish because I was trying to say that's not how I look at life. When I was trying to say that my looks don't get me anywhere because I don't take anything based off of, oh, this is how I look and this is what this person is offering me. So the fact that I work for everything that I have, and I'm saying I don't mind me personally helping someone else out.
Show me where it was insinuated by me.
That's a statement that I didn't get to finish.
So I'm asking you, show me where it was insinuated by me that helping somebody out with what you got is bad.
It wasn't. That was a statement I didn't get to finish.
Man,
it wasn't.
Your words out of your mouth just a second ago were.
Wow.
It was insinuated that it was bad by you. You just
You don't want anyone to take it away from you, but why does it have to be taken away from you if it's to help someone else? Does that make sense at least?
Okay. What doesn't make sense is you said something. I repeated it. You said you didn't say it. I then said, yes, you did. Then you went to something else.
Okay.
After denying you said it.
You said that you don't want what you worked hard for taken away from you, right?
Yes.
Right. You don't want it taken from you. Would you give it to someone? Are you opposed to giving to other people?
No, but it should be my own volition. No one should force me to do it. It should not be a part of the narrative that I have to do it, that I have to bring this person with me. No, I don't, because I made it myself. I work for it myself. I give opportunities to who I want to. It's just like a fine woman. She fucks who she wants to. She don't fuck everybody to make them all feel good. She says, you know what?
How much does it take from you to help someone else, though, honestly? Would it take that much from you?
What question is that? That is really the vaguest question I've ever heard. Listen to what you just said. Say it back to yourself.
How much would it take from you to give to someone else? Like,
what does that mean?
Do you feel like you're being, like, okay, if you had voted for a Democrat, do you honestly feel like you would have been forced?
I have voted for a Democrat. I told you
I'm talking about this past election.
No, I'm not a Democrat. Hillary. Not a Democrat, Hillary.
Okay, if you had voted for Hillary in this last election.
And I just told you why I wouldn't.
Do you feel like she would have taken something from you?
I just told you why I didn't vote for him. It had nothing to do with my money at that point. It had something to do with I'm talking to a woman who says that people who look like me are super predators, who was married and under a man who put the largest incarceration of people who look like me. So when you talk about the idea of me looking out for other people, that's actually what I did. I looked out for other people, unlike myself, who may not have made it like myself, who would have to go through exactly what her husband put people through, getting locked up and never given another chance. So that's why I didn't vote for her. It had nothing to do with money. It had something to do with self-protection. You got black folks right now living in these inner cities who Hillary is telling, we want to stop you from owning guns. The last group of people who should be cool with not owning guns is black folks, because we know what happens when we don't have guns. We should be the main people saying,
come
we
in.
know what happens every time we're unarmed. You come in our neighborhood, you rape our women, you kill our men, and we can't do a damn thing about it because you're the only ones with guns. And why do you think everywhere in these inner cities, they make it to where you can't have guns? And every one of these inner cities are liberal.
Yeah, most inner cities are.
So I'm against that. So when you talk about somebody helping someone, I put myself in the front line knowing that I may not be understood when I first do it. Just like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Jesus Christ and anybody else. When you got a belief, sometimes they ain't going to believe you when you do it. Sometimes you're going to die, and 50 years, they're going to say, we missed that person. They were so good. But when you had them there, all you did was fuck with them when they were fighting for you. So again, when you ask me, what does it take from me? Which is still a nebulous question. What does it take from me? If I give somebody $5, it took $5 from me. If I give somebody $1,000, it takes $1,000 from me. If I give somebody 5 minutes of my time, it took 5 minutes off of my life. The answer answers itself. The question answers itself. Do I help people? I do a lot. You go around, look online, you'll see how many black women who are starting to do YouTube channels. I bought them computers. I bought them. I set their whole shit up, and it's not one; it's several. Black women that I hire right now to work under me, and help some of them go through college, and help them pay their bills, all kinds of stuff. Me, the one who's so-called so bad for black women. So all the people who approach me and try to tell me what I say is wrong, you know what none of them can say? They've done anywhere close to what I've done for that same group of people that they think I talk bad about. Go on, look on the internet and see how many people I've set them up on their YouTube channels. That I bought them $500 to $1,000 setup computers alone. Not the mic. A woman who just came on my show the other day. Not the other day, but what is her name, guys? She made a video shouting me out. Damn it, I can't remember her name.
Don't mind you.
Yeah, y'all like the girl's name. Y'all know y'all like her. Y'all think she's pretty. She's got a big breast. Why can't I? Irene, thank you. Irene had a problem with me and I had a problem with her. We sat down and we talked, and as we spoke, she was like, I get you now. I get it. I didn't get it at first, but I understand. Irene is a YouTuber. I bought Irene, what do you call those mic? A Yeti mic and a $120 webcam. So the Yeti mic was $350. The camera was $120. So a person I don't know, just because I said, I want you to get your game up. Then I spent probably 2 hours showing her how to do the live. She didn't know how to do it. And she disagreed with me. Right now in the comment section, somebody just wrote crispy. Fuck you, talking all that kind of shit. That's what they write. And
I can't see it. Like, that's me. Why would you say
well,
that?
I sent you the link. You can't pull it up on your phone?
Like, it's on my screen, but the comments are blurry.
I try to let the people not see it. But my point, you'll be able to see it when you come back. You got women there saying right now, he helped me.
I mean, no, that's good and all. I can't say that I agree with everything that you're saying, but I feel like I understand the place where it comes from. But can we go to like another topic? Because we were just now talking about women. I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And guys, I know that there's a lot of comments. I can try to slow the chat down, but if different people are talking, I can't slow it down. I can't slow it down if a bunch of people are talking. I can try, but the slowing the chat down only stops one person from talking a lot. That's not everybody.
I wanted to know, this is a silly question though. Mm-hmm. Do you have an issue with black women and their hair? Specifically weaves and wigs?
Yes, because, would you like to know why? Okay. Because I think when you were talking about earlier, how things hurt you and self-esteem. One of the largest sources of self-esteem issues black women have is their hair. And it usually comes from their mothers telling them when they grow up with your nappy ass hair, combing their hair, I can't wait till you get a perm, and talking shit to them. So they hate their hair. So now it's gotten to the point where the only people who can wear their hair on TV is mixed chicks. So mixed chicks love to put their little curls around and throw it around black chicks. And the black chicks get mad at them and try to fight them when they're 8 years old. Because they watch their mother sit up there and tell them, oh, baby, you got good hair. Not like my daughter. So now you got this little girl with this fucked up thought in her head that she's bad naturally. And that this other person is good. So that's why light-skinned girls end up getting beat up. It ain't because of anything they did. It's because of the way the adults are showing a separation between the mixed children and the black ones. They show it openly. Even now, when you watch a commercial, notice how many of the little kids got little curly mixed hair. That's all they are walking around. They don't show no motherfucking kids look like me. And when they do, it's always a badass kid that's doing something wrong. Or a fat-ass dark-skinned girl that's being so nude. And then they do it, and now these black girls are growing up and watching their mothers with a head full of long spiral curls while they got 2 plaits on the side and 2 in the back. Do you think that little girl grow up loving herself when she sees that she goes to school with some white kids and they say, Mama, loving the white girls and mixed hair.
So what I
would like to do is see black women be natural in every state. Whether it's 4C, 3C, 2C, 1C, whatever the fucking C's are, that we can respect each one of them. That we claim that black people are all black, from Barack Obama to me, we all black, then why don't we treat them all like they matter? Like what they bring to the table is good. So it's strange that a person who likes to see black women naturally is being called a coon. That's weird. My problem with weed is you're sending $10 billion a year to a bunch of damn Asians, to a bunch of people who ain't spending it with you. They ain't spending it back. How many of them, do you understand how many people that black women have sent to college, how many people's children who aren't black, that they sent to college, that they secured their kids and grandkids' future off of black women's insecurity? That's scary. When they can take that money and put it into their own children. Somebody else's kids is going to private school while your kids are going to public school.
Understandable. But my only thing is how much of our self-expression do we take out when we say, oh, I'm just going to be natural? Because honestly, like I said, my hair is natural right now, right? This is my hair. But at the same time, I will wear a wig just every now and again because I don't want to straighten my hair. It's like, how much of our self-expression do we have to take out because we want to be viewed as, you know,
sounds like laziness, not taking anything away from you. You said you wear it because you don't want to do your hair.
It's your kid, and if you
that's not self-expression. That's laziness.
Why not do it? I don't even see the
I agree with you, but I'm also saying to you how much. Okay, I have an example, right? I have always wanted to dye my hair another color, but I don't want to damage my hair. So am I teaching self-hate to a younger girl because I want to wear a wig for the next week? That's another color different from my hair. When I rock my hair,
if you believe what you're saying, then if it's that easy and that one off, then don't sit and try to do what you did at the beginning, which talk about how the white people are pushing their standard of beauty on us. No, that's just one person.
It's a legit question though, because even now these white women are wearing wigs and weaves. They have braids and cornrows. But I'm just asking, like, how far do we?
They can braid their own hair. They can cornrow their own hair.
I'm still saying that they'll have extensions and they still. Listen, I go on Facebook and I see all these wig ads.
They have extensions, ma'am. Ma'am, if you get breast implants and I get breast implants, we both get breast implants. You get them and I get them. Who will they look at that looks weird when they walk out? You or me?
Definitely the man.
Why is what I'm saying insane? You don't put dog
hair. I'm not saying it's insane. I'm just asking you at what point is it extreme?
How about at the point where you're getting 10? Let's try when I started again. Where you're sending $10 billion to another group of people who won't spend a dime with you. Is that not fair? I thought that was a pretty good reason, but maybe it wasn't. $10 billion to another group of people who wouldn't spend a dime with you. $10 billion that you could be spending on your children. But it doesn't matter. So long as you can switch it up every day, that's fine. So, ma'am, I don't care what people do.
I'm not even talking about every day. I'm just saying
every other day. I don't care what people do. That just like they don't mind doing it once in a while, I say what I'm saying, and it shouldn't bother them. If it's that inefficient as what you're saying, if you're saying you coloring your hair has no effect on anyone else, I agree. And me making a YouTube video has no effect on anyone else either.
People of color should be treated the same, and I was like, it's a problem. That's still an issue. So is hair not the same though?
I didn't say people of color should be treated the same. I said everyone should love how they are.
Right.
You shouldn't make your kid feel like crap because her hair ain't like the neighbor's kid. But that's literally what black women are doing to their children. You just tried to throw in my face about how I grew up and it must have touched your nerve. Now I'm telling you about other kids and I was just that nerve and you just said fuck it. This is weird.
No, I'm not saying fuck it at all. I'm saying at what point are we letting just all sorts of self-expression just go? That's really all I'm saying.
Black hair only has one expression.
What is that?
No, I'm saying that's what you're saying. Because apparently you can't have natural black hair and do a bunch of stuff with it.
You can. You absolutely can. But let's not pretend like black women don't make a lot of money doing hair.
I didn't say they don't.
Like, let's not pretend that the Bronner Brothers show, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta does not make a lot of money with people making different creations that, yes, a lot of times requires weaves and extra hair and braids and whatever the case may be.
And yet for some reason that hair that they get has to come from another place. Yet the black women who have black hair can't shave their hair off and sell it to anyone. Let me tell you how.
So what if that happened? Would that make you feel different?
Yes, it would make you feel a lot better because it's the same way as a country works. If you import as much as you export, that's good. If you import way more than you export, there's a problem and your country is going to implode. That's how economics works. Now imagine if we are importing their hair and exporting our money, but we're not importing their money and exporting our hair. Now a normal person says, even in their friendships, you always want to wear my clothes, but you don't have shit I want to wear. It's a fucked up friendship at that point. Everybody understands that. You always want to drive my car, but you don't have no car. That's a fucked up friendship. You always want to borrow money from me, but I can't borrow none from you. It's a fucked up friendship. But what we're doing right now with the hair thing is it's a fucked up friendship. Because we keep buying theirs, but they won't buy ours. And if you had any respect, just like in any of those positions, you stop and say, wait a minute, until you buy mine, I ain't buying yours.
I will say this though, a little off topic about the hair thing. I saw recently online, they're now selling like the clip-in extensions that look like our hair.
I like those, and I've been a fan of that. I've been a fan of those.
I'm saying so.
But I've been a fan of those, because then what you're saying to your daughter when she sees you with the clip-in extensions, she knows there's nothing wrong with her hair. She's just got to grow it.
Right.
That's all. There's nothing wrong with my hair. You just got to grow it. It's like if I was like, well, I like my penis. Just wish it was a little bit longer. If I got an extension of my penis and the tip 3 inches was white and the rest of it was black, people would look at me like I was crazy. There was a white woman who got a tan to the point where she was almost.
Sonya, all the women who got made fun of by other cultures are 80 now, ma'am. The young girls ain't getting their hair made fun of by the That's who wearing the weave, the young girls. It ain't a lot of 60-year-olds out here wearing lace fronts and pink weaves and that's come on now. It sounds good, but that ain't happening. How long ago is that? They don't know anything about that. That's just what they want to do. Like this chick her exact reason for her wearing wigs every now and then is because she don't feel like doing her hair, and she called it self-expression. She ain't heard nothing about no, like did they say the whatever the hell she said, the standard of beauty. She ain't heard about that shit. And she said she's Dominican and Negro. But yeah, they ain't heard that. They ain't heard that. If anything, what him saying about the parents being the first ones to call their kids ugly and tell them to sit their black ass down, that's carried through generations, not no damn standard of beauty. Because guess what? I don't care what y'all say. The women in the 70s was foxy. Who did? How come the women in the 70s didn't give a fuck? They were working. They didn't care about what the world said. They wore their bare bottoms, their afros, they short fros, whatever the fuck they did it elegantly. Yeah, so I guess this happened in the 80s and the 90s then. But the women in the 90s was rocking the short natural hair and shit. You had your few like the Baps and all of that, but for the most part, they was rocking their regular hair, they little buns and wraps and shit. So when were they discouraged from wearing their real hair? Because now that I think about it, going to high school, you had the ghetto girls who may have had the weave, and then the rest of it, you saw braids and girls doing whatever the hell they could with their hair, ponytails and shit. Every once in a while, you'll see that lady with the what they call them buns in the back of the head, truth that sit up. What did they call them? I need your truth. You got to help me with this hairstyle. Damn it, where's Flexi? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the little buns they used to wear, and then they had the little curls on the shit was ghetto as fuck. You knew it was ghetto because it would be blonde.
You know what they
but
did to that
that
woman?
wasn't the majority.
They put her in a fucking insane asylum.
There you go. That wasn't the majority. The majority now you see is lace fronts, straight up. That's 99% of the young women. They just can't handle the truth, said it too. Yeah, the French roll, that was the ghetto girl hairdo with the little gel up swoop in the front. But they still even had their own hair out when they had the ghetto styles back then. They implemented their damn real hair into the stuff. Now, I ain't say the style was ghetto. I said the girls that had them was ghetto. You knew they was ghetto by that. Or fat. The fat girls had them too, but yeah, the ghetto girls had them. But the fat girls didn't have the little, you could actually see the holes of the curls on the side of them, not the finger waves. That was ghetto too. The burgundy gents. That was ghetto shit as well. That was real hair. So I'm just trying to figure out where Sonya said these other cultures came in and talked shit about our hair, and we actually gave a fuck. Her shows have been popping with weird, crazy hairstyles since I can remember. When the fuck did black people give a fuck what white folk had to, or anybody had to say about hair? The only complaints I can see is the folks that said in the workplace, but again, all those motherfuckers are old now. And they didn't change their damn hair neither. They just put up with it. They started pressing their shit. The women don't even perm their hair no more because they just gonna put that motherfucker under a lace front. Can't have the truth still blaming on Baps.
Because they said you must be crazy.
No, it's not Baps. Cause yeah, that was the Freaknik hairstyle. What are you talking about? That was the Freaknik in the ghetto hairstyles. It's always been ghetto ass hairstyles and shit out here. It has been. But even back then, as I said, the real hair was still implemented. You could see the shit. Yeah, I don't know when the baby hairs on the everybody, like, for real. It's literally a prototype for these women out here. They all look the same. Based on the baby hairs, they all look the same. And now all of them got tattoos on the arm, the sleeve, hair, the hair, ass. It's a prototype.
Do some shit like that, and she was nuts. But yet black folks will sit up here and bleach themselves to look like white people and never get put in the insane asylum. That's problematic. A woman as dark as me will walk around with blonde hair looking like a Duracell battery or a Black and Mild cigar. And nobody says, well, this is odd, man. Normal people can look at something and say, that's odd. A Duracell battery or a Black and Mild cigar. But yet black folks will sit up here and bleach themselves. They put her in a fucking insane asylum.
Why?
Because they said you must be crazy to do some shit like that. And she was.
Me too, Candace.
But yet black folks will sit up here.
I'm not against the lace front, Jan. I'm definitely against the baby hair, Jan. It did. See, when I asked Truth the other day what was wrong with that lady baby hair, she was like, she don't know. She ain't put it on. She just let it clump up. And it's again, it's 99%.
Why you gotta bring me up? Why you gotta bring me up?
No, because me and Candy was talking about how we hate the baby hair lace front trend. We hate it.
Yeah, but some people take it too far. You know, he's really being abused at this point. I agree.
It ain't their hair though. It's not your baby hair.
Listen. Stop that.
Back in
I
the
get
day,
it.
it would have been your baby hair though. But back in the day, it would have been your real baby hair with whatever style you had going on, the French roll or
Trey,
whatever.
quit being triggered by people baby hairs. Let people have their baby hairs. Damn. Some people just
It's
take
not
it too
theirs.
far.
It's the wigs. It's
Huh?
the wigs, baby hair. It's the
Okay.
wigs, baby
Well,
hairs.
once they buy it, it's theirs, Trey. Once they buy it, it's theirs. It's theirs. Just saying.
Can't handle the truth. Said they putting it out. Yeah, I seen a lady apply a wig and pulled it over. I said, "What the fuck is that?" She didn't put it on, poured it over, and then took a blade and cut. I'm like, "What the hell for a wig?" Man, y'all need to go back to the quick weave days or something. Shit. Oh shit! I'm looking like I'm screen sharing, playing the audio.
To look like white people and never get put in the insane asylum. That's problematic. A woman as dark as me will walk around with blonde hair looking like a Duracell battery or a Black and Mild cigar. And nobody says, well, this is odd, ma'am. Normal people can look at something and say, that's odd. But when it comes to black women, no matter what the fuck they do, it's okay. That's shameful. Right, somebody said Michael Jackson and Sammy Sosa. When the men do it, it's called out. When men do it, look at how they mess with, what's his name? Charlamagne the God. And we don't even know if he does it. They call that, hey, Charlamagne, be bleach yourself. Charlamagne, bleach yourself.
Was bleaching his skin.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he gets called out. But the women doing this no big problem. You know, I met a woman off of Instagram, and I was like, man, she's fine. I can't wait, because I like big titties. She had huge titties. I was like, man, I can't wait to get with her. And she was pretty good. And again, color doesn't matter to me. But every picture she sent of me, she was brown to light skin. When I met her, she was darker than me.
Really?
And I said, why would you do that? Then she told me I was color struck. Wait a minute, you're the one who did it though. You must have thought there was something wrong with the way you look, but you kept doing this. Now I must accept the lie you tell. But I'm saying, now I must accept the lie you've been telling. That would be like me sending you pictures of my dick, but it's pictures of somebody else's dick. And you're like, man, I can't wait to ride that big old 10-inch dick. Then you get here and it's 4. And then I tell you it's your fault that you don't like the 4 inches I just gave you. That's what women do. But that's what I'm saying, that's what women do. I'm supposed to accept you with all this clipped in and straight hair because you believe you're pretty with it. And that's the reason why somebody grows up. I want the extra work. Because you know it's extra work. If I watch you taking 2 days to do your hair and put all this crap in it, I'd rather be with somebody that already grew up there, and in 2 days, we go to the movies and hike it.
I mean, it might be extra work, but I don't want to be that sentimental person who's like, well, maybe she's just a nice person.
That's my point.
He has a good heart.
But that's what I'm saying. We as men keep getting told we got to look past the flaws of the individual that they can't look past themselves. So when you hear me talk, I'm passionate about the fact that I have little girls. And I had one of them who she said something to me that hurt me when she was 6. But at least her mom listened to me. Because I may sound rude and mean, but enough people who are around me say he makes sense. Because most of the girls I've ever been with, fucked or dated, guess what they do? They come back and they say, you know what? You made me a better person just being around you. Because most people won't tell me the truth because I got these big old titties. Most people won't tell me the truth because I got this big old ass. I've never had a man sit there and tell me there's a problem. Because I want to be honest, because I want people to be honest to my children. My little girl at 6 years old came home crying, said she wanted hair like this little girl named Christy in school. At the same time, her mother was experimenting wearing these big old dumbass wigs and shit. Now, because she's light-skinned, she got away with it because they thought she grew it out of her head. But her dark-skinned sisters would do the same thing, and they look ridiculous. Now, a lot of things you do to yourself is based on how you look, and we all know it. When I was young, Halle Berry had this little bob haircut. Not everybody looked good in that bob haircut, but everybody kept doing it. Not everybody looked good.
Pixie.
What pixie? I don't know what it's called. I thought it was called a bob.
It was a pixie. It was a pixie.
But no, I think it really was a bob.
Was it?
I asked them. Well, when she got older, when you were old enough to know what she was doing, that was a pixie cut. I think she was young. That was a bob. When she was doing this movie, that was a bob. But high-waisted jeans right now. Not everybody look good in them. And we need to start telling people the truth. Not everybody looks good in these things.
Everybody's trying to fight every day, talk about looks.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But you can tell a man that. I got male friends. When we get ready to go to the club, and they put on a shirt like, nah, nigga, don't wear that. He laugh, take it off, and say, well, what should I wear? You know for a fact, men are easier to tell. Even when you date a man, you can tell a man before y'all go out, no, baby, don't wear that. Wear something else. And he'll wear it because he knows he takes your word for it. But if a man did the same thing to a woman, she then gets mad.
I will say that I'm not gonna get mad, but I won't think about it for the next 3 days. I'll be like, damn.
But we want to be told what to do. We don't want to go. We know we'll fuck up. As a man, I know I'll fuck up. If I'm eating your pussy, you tell me, don't do it that way, do it another way. I don't get offended. If a woman's giving me head and I tell her that she's doing it wrong, no, other nigga I sucked it dick. He didn't have no problem with it. Like, what the fuck?
Guard for life, listen.
But that's what I'm saying. It's weird. Women are too fragile. So why do I speak the way I get it?
It's not weird.
No, what I'm saying is, well, it's weird in this instance. If there were men around, it wouldn't be a problem. But in the black community, these children are just being raised by that fragile person. And that fragility is being passed.
I can accept that.
So that's why I'm hard, because I know that we're in the red right now.
We appreciated it when we dated y'all as teens, when y'all didn't wear the shit. Y'all wasn't walking around with makeup on at 16 and 17.
You go, girl, and that's weird.
But how many men were those children by?
The one who had the 12 kids, and this is sick. All 12 of them.
And eyelashes and shit y'all for had lip gloss.
There was a girl who came on the show before. 5 kids, 21 years old, 5 different men. 21. Another one who came on the show, beautiful dark-skinned girl, 23 years old. 2 kids, 2 different men, 23 years old. It's not just one, it's several of them. Did you know there's twice as many black women with kids than black men?
Yes.
What does that tell you? They're fucking the same guy. Literally, and I did a story about 3 men in Tennessee. They got 48 women pregnant and had a total of 76 children.
That shouldn't even be illegal.
3 whole men.
Oh,
as the kids say, 3 whole men, not 3 half men.
3 whole men.
You got it. It's 3 whole men. That's insane. No, I get that laughter because when I did the story, I said, God damn, them niggas get a lot of pussy. They must really, their dick must be the best shit in Tennessee. Or you're the only niggas fucking in Tennessee. Everybody else did Viagra. Them niggas was off top ready.
Wait a minute.
But you got to think about it. It's insane.
What county is this?
This nigga was just traveling. He had a bus pass.
This nigga traveling.
But then the hoes all got together and formed Hotron and decided to put him on child support. Do you know the niggas' child support, the check that they got, and I'm not making this up, was $1.15?
Yours truly. Did you really just compare a line in edges in black spray to a wig, makeup, lashes, sometimes eyebrows? Did you just really compare that? I guess.
6. And they took this man to jail on this shit. $1.15. We need.
Holla at me. Well, a whole bunch of men start wearing the man weave. I know it's a couple of them out there, but when that's a normal thing where black men are just flocking to get them a man weave, holla at me. Holla at me. Then we'll have something to talk about.
Oh God.
Who is getting pregnant by this man?
Holler at me when black men start wanting to use protective styles for their hair. Just holler at me for that. When that's the thing, when niggas be like, yeah, fool, I'm finna go get this Tom Cruise we with the baby hair for a protective style. Would you like to see that, Truth? Truth. Terry, where are you, Terry? You got to answer this question. Come on back to the, bring ass on back to your device. I hope AI cuts that clip out. I'm just saying. When that becomes a thing, when a nigga be like, "What you finna do, man? Finna go get this lace front Tom Cruise jet, you know, the Johnny Depp Bob. Let me get the Johnny Depp, fool. Let me get the Justin Bieber. Which Justin Bieber though? Let me get the Justin Timberlake with the NSYNC. I don't even know what Black Ice is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, are you again comparing extensions? Because you said they get hair added to it, so they're using their real hair and they're adding some. Are you comparing it to a lace front with the baby hair? Because all y'all real hair is doing with the lace front is being an anchor for the wig. That's what y'all real hair doing. It's just there to hold the wig in place. It ain't it's y'all ain't extending y'all real hair. You hiding it. That nigga real hair still showing when he get her added to his dreads. Shall we continue? I'm just just saying. And I ain't even mentioned the fingernails and shit. I didn't even do that. I didn't mention the BBLs, the breast implants, the getting snatched, the tummy tucks. I didn't mention any of. I kept it at hair. The Joe Dirt. I need the Jack. What is his name? Jack Black, whatever the fuck his name is. I need that Jack. And I need the Chris Farley. I definitely need the Chris Farley off Tommy Boy wig. When men start shit, that man, our men don't like going bald. Yeah, but they don't like going bald, but guess what? They just embrace it. They buy their shaving cream and they shave this shit. They is not going to buy the man unit. Now, people say Steve Harvey walked around, there was a damn wig for all them years. You don't know too many black men that will do that. Black men will cut their shit off at 25 and just wear their shit bald. What the fuck? They don't like it, but they not finna go buy a Tom Cruise wig and put that motherfucker on. I'm sorry. And then had that jet blood at that. They not gonna do it. A red, I don't know. I need the Marilyn Manson wig. That's what I need. The long, straight black jet. I need the Brett the Hitman Hart wig. The Shawn Michaels jet. Y'all know y'all would be looking at niggas crazy if they do that shit. Y'all, they would go crazy. They buy the hat, but they still gotta take off at night. They ain't take the wig, don't come off every night. It just don't. LL Cool J wears a hat, but he don't wear that motherfucker all the time. We didn't see his bald head several times. This is his trademark though. But he got to take that motherfucker off. He has never tried to get the wig. He could. He got enough money. He could have got the hair transplants and all that shit. Niggas just accept it. They do. It's this small percentage, though. That small percentage, but we just accept it.
You gotta stop and think. I have to be hard against these people, man. Why would I? Do you know it doesn't work? For the last 20 years, we've been telling black women they were queens. It's been getting worse. Do you know I got a video?
Ah, fuck. And men will walk around with the George Jefferson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to One-on-One with
They'll walk around with the George Jefferson.
One-on-One channel, but I'm gonna
fuck, I don't know where I was at. I don't know how the motherfucker started over again. Let's see.
Get a black person in there so we can let him do it. No, I want the best pilot, not the saying that.
Okay, I gotta go back to about one.
Really, we're conditioned to be afraid.
But that's why we fight each other.
If you ever notice when you're driving down a street or a highway and you see the police driving in the opposite direction,
I wasn't too far off. Go back
same coin, isn't it? We're supposed to be the most diverse people in the world. Notice that white. Count the comments and likes. They get both babies that you think.
Okay, I think it's close enough.
That's why most of these black men are homosexuals.
Homosexuals.
They are fucking for a place to live. Notice how many niggas you know that's getting kicked out of houses. That dark skinned chick was beautiful, but she wanted that light bright damn white man so much. That motherfucker was homeless and 15 years older than her. She still had a baby by because she wanted a mixed baby.
That's too much.
No young woman should get a pussy up to a nigga 6 years older than my mother that ain't got something that he can give her back. I will tell my daughters that anytime you bring a broke nigga home, you leave him with it.
That's one thing that I've never understood. Like, I have literally heard females be like, "Oh, I'm trying to get with such and such, and I want my baby to be cute. I want to have the hair." Like, what? Who even says that?
They know they ain't gonna get no cute baby with me. That's why I had to get money. Because they ain't gonna call it cute. If it's my color, it ain't cute. Watch online. Do me a favor, dude. Go on your Facebook page and put up a picture of a dark skinned baby. Wait a week. Okay. Put up a picture of a mixed baby. Count the comments and likes. Count the comments and likes. They get both babies that you think. This is where we are as a community. So when you say, have I been hurt? Yes. Just like Martin Luther King was hurt, that's why he marched. Just like Malcolm X was hurt. Anybody who's ever tried to make change is because they saw the hurt or experienced the hurt. That's where change agents come from.
I mean, I definitely understand that, but I don't know. I wish we were at a point where we could teach inclusion in such a way where everything wasn't so polarizing. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm trying to do, though.
Hair, like, just every little thing is just so.
They don't understand the hat. They understand it because I told them. I said, why is it that black people are told they can't be Republican? If we're supposed to be the most diverse people in the world, notice that white people can be conservative and liberal. Why the fuck wouldn't blacks say, y'all, we're gonna do the same damn thing? Because let me ask you a question. Don't guys typically work harder for you when they don't know they have you? When they think they may have to do a little bit more work to get you? When they know that you have options? If a guy knows if he come home late, you still gonna be there. If he cheat on you, you still gonna be there. If he don't have a job, you still gonna be there. Do you think he gonna work hard to make you happy, or do you think he just gonna sit there and say, shit, no matter what I do, she's gonna be here?
He gonna live his best life.
Now let me stop you there. What do you think the Democratic Party is doing when they know black people vote for them regardless?
I mean, the same. I really think I'm at the point though where I don't really believe in either political party.
There you go.
Like, they're both bullshit.
There you go. And that's what I've been. My artists will tell you.
You want to know my opinion?
But that's what my artists will tell you. I'm doing the same thing. I'm saying to people, hold on, pimp. Left wing, right wing. Same bird.
You need two wings to fly, like they're both bullshit.
And so, hey, look, heads, tails. Same coin, isn't it? So maybe we need to start making them, since they're supposed to be our employees. So we fucked up because the system has changed it. All you have to do is change people's mentality. And all it takes is about 2 generations to change people's mentality. It's easy to do if you have the time. 2 generations, you'll change people's mentality. Right now, people can't remember shit. But when I was growing up, if you met a bitch at the club, you had to remember that whole number. She would tell you all her number. You had to remember this motherfucker and go home and dial it.
Right.
Now that you have these cell phones, 2 generations, what's happening? You can't remember shit.
We don't even know our own phone numbers. What do you mean?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
But I know my grandmama's phone number from 1985.
I know that whole phone.
Right. I'll be somewhere to call my grandmama, and the only way she can pick it up is in the afterlife. But I know her number.
She gonna answer.
Right. Nigga, why you ain't remember nobody else's number?
Hey, baby.
Right. I see your bitch ass still doing sick shit. Oh, grandma, you know me well.
Big facts. Oh,
so what I'm saying is, what they've done is made it to where we don't believe that they work for us, that they work for us anymore. Now we believe that we're at their mercy. We believe that we're at the mercy of the government. We believe that we're at the mercy of the senator. We believe that they can take our money and run off and fuck hoes and live lavishly while we struggle and beg them for some crumbs. We believe that it's better to argue at me because I'm a YouTuber that says something you don't like than to argue at the fucker that's running your damn city, than to argue at the fucker that's running. Nobody argues at them. Think about all the people who got hatred for me and got hatred for Donald Trump, but they don't have hatred for the people who are oppressing them every day in their damn life. That's what the hat represents. The hat represents. The hat represents a change of mentality. The hat represents get your head out of your ass. Get choices. Show people you're not going to go along with whatever they say. Make them work for you instead of you work for them.
I mean, we live under a mentality of fear. Like, if you ever notice when you're driving down a street or a highway and you see the police driving in the opposite direction, everyone slows down. They're not even coming towards you. They're not even looking at you. Our mentality says, oh my God, it's the police. What do I do?
I'll give you a better one. I'll give you a better one.
Mentality of fear.
I'll give you a better one. Have you seen this? I tested it one time because I'm just a dumbass and I've been in jail, so I didn't mind going back. I'm driving and I know the speed limit was 65. But there was a cop that was on the far lane and he was only going 55. So every car on 85 refused to pass him. My black ass said, I drove past him. And I dared him to pull me over because I said, I know, right, but I know the speed limit. Do you understand that most people who are caught up by the law don't know the law, and that's how they got caught up by the law? They didn't break the law, just somebody. So Jason said, you remember that? I did it. I said, fuck this motherfucker. I was doing it like everybody else. I said, I'm not going to go past him because my black ass being got beat. Then I said, fuck it, I'm a YouTuber. I'll record the beat and I'll get a bunch of views. So I just drove home.
It's in our minds. They have conditioned us to be afraid. It doesn't even matter. We could not be doing anything wrong. And we see these motherfuckers, our heart sinks into our stomachs, and we're like, oh shit. Like, immediately, we're conditioned to be afraid.
But that's why we fight each other instead of fighting them. That's why so many people have a problem with me, but they don't have a problem with the people who are oppressing them. I'm not oppressing them. The worst I can do is what? Say something that offends you. And then all you gotta do is what? Never watch me again.
That's...
But the people who are fucked like right now, what's his name? I forgot his name. Not Derek Jeter, but the soccer player, Beckham. David Beckham just, along with his group, just got an ordinance passed in Miami that's going to allow them to take about 2 cents off of, they're going to raise the taxes there about 2 cents on everything so they can build $1 million soccer complex. So none of the money's coming out of their pockets, but they're not letting you go to the game for free. and you did this, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you like soccer, that money should come out of your pocket. That's cool. But what if you don't play soccer? You don't like soccer. Like when I was doing my movie, what if everybody had to fucking fund that movie, but they didn't have any interest in it? That wouldn't make any sense. Now, if you like soccer, you should have your shit raised. But if you don't, you shouldn't. But because we're so dumb, we allow millionaires to keep doing that. The only person I respect is somebody like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones went and got a loan for $1 billion to build his stadium. $1.3 billion. Got a loan. In 3 years, Jerry Jones paid that fucking loan back from the bank. Guess who gets all the money from that stadium now? Everything that goes in that stadium, guess where it goes? In his fucking profit. Yes, all profit. So this is what I'm saying. We need to understand how shit works. If there's a system in place, and let me tell you how that system is. I know it's hard to believe, but the system of America is not racist. If you use it right, it works for you.
America's a corporation, actually.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
It's not really a country, it's a corporation.
And if you use it right, it will work for you. The problem is we tell our children stupid shit like voting doesn't matter. And you know the liberals don't mind them saying that? The same people who's supposed to love you have no problem with telling you you're stupid. The fact that white people came up with this thing called Ebonics. Do you know what Ebonics is saying? You're too lazy and stupid to learn how to speak English correctly.
Yeah.
They give us stuff to keep us where we are. And somebody has to step up and say, no, I demand more of you. I'm not going to tell you that because you're black, making a B is just as good as making an A with that white student. No, the fuck it isn't. You're just as smart as that person.
So do you not believe in like affirmative action then?
No, not when it comes to you made a 70 on it. That guy made 100, but we need to get a black person in there so we can let him do it. No. I want the best pilot, not the black pilot. I don't give a shit. I don't care if that pilot walked up in there like this big ass pilot that was in my house that I'm still scared because I don't know his motherfucker head. But if he was flying the plane and he was the best one for the job and he was waving with 3 of his hands while moving the damn controls with 2 more while doing some other shit with the other one and checking off with the last one, as long as we got where we supposed to go, I slap them hands before I leave. All 8 of them.
Because a lot of people get upset about affirmative action. Like, no, that's not fair. They just let you in because you're black. Like,
I don't like affirmative action because affirmative action tells us that we can do less and still get the same thing. And it does not encourage us to be better. Like I said, I believe in a meritocracy. Because let me tell you something. If affirmative action was true, a lot of brothers wouldn't be in the NBA because they'd be putting some damn white boys in there. We need some white guys in here. Too many niggers. So let's put a couple white guys in there. Like, but he's not better than this dude. Yeah, but we need a couple of them on here. We wouldn't want that.
True.
I don't want it because I believe in black folks so much that I want them to not give a shit. So when we take shit, they can't say shit. Y'all didn't hear me.
What about all white colleges?
Yeah, I believe that should be able to happen. They should be able to have all white colleges too. I do. I believe that should be. You should go to a historically white college. They should be able to say it. My great granddad went here. Wasn't a nigger in sight. Still isn't. And it should be able to have it.
I would be mad if I see some niggas working in the kitchen.
No, that's the only time. The only time we let them in here is when we need. That's the only time. Look, it's the niggas' fault for taking the job. But it's the niggas' fault for taking the job. You know you went to that historically white college. When they told you the mammy position was open.
Oh my God.
You know what you did. You never accept the mammy position. Well, them kids do need some suckling. There you go.
No.
Fucking around giving people the witch's milk.
Not the witch's milk. You need to stop now.
I'm a southerner. I know all these terms. Y'all know what witch's milk is. The witch ain't pregnant, but she's still lactating. You witch.
George.
That's where I'm from. ATL, Charlie. I know all that shit. But we as black folks, we do have to understand the more we get on our own, the less they can take away. Never take back. Think about it. If you have to constantly get something from the dude you with, what happens if he get mad at you?
He starts giving you shit, and then your shit up.
The smart bitch take what I kept saying. I said I date a lot of black chicks, and I date white chicks. If I get a white chick $200 for something, she put that shit in her bank account. The black chick will spend every fucking dime and be waiting for me to give him another dime. I'm like, you're a dumb bitch. Like, I purposely gave you more to see if you save. So if anything ever fucking happened to me, you'd be like, nigga, you ain't gotta worry about it. I got some of that money that you gave me saved, and I'm gonna help you out. Nope, them bitches spend every dime. I'm like, yo, you didn't say none of that shit, did you? You asked for a sandwich. The sandwich was $8. I gave you 20. You brought me no change. And
You want a drink, some chips? She wanted some candy.
Right. You weren't smart enough to say, well, shit, I normally would eat this, so I'm gonna still eat this. And I'm gonna put the rest of that shit in my bra. And if I do this enough, these pennies are gonna turn into dimes, gonna turn into nickels, gonna turn into nickels, gonna turn into dimes, gonna turn into quarters, gonna turn into dollars. That's what a smart person does. But that's why I was talking about the hair thing. Because there's no reason that an individual should be working at Chick-fil-A. Excuse me, it's black chicks, so let me change that. There's no reason a person should be working at Popeyes. And while working at Popeyes, got a $200 hairdo. Because the one thing you don't see white girls do is working at a menial job and having $200 worth of hair done. You don't see that. When you go to any Walmart, them white bitches be having
flat really white fit, and I'm just not gonna say it.
No, what I'm saying, you go to Walmart, them white bitches have their white limp ass hair, flat hair on their head, looking like a mess, and they don't have no damn drawn on face. But you watch these black chicks barely have enough money to do anything. Why you think so many black chicks are selling pussy now? Just to get the regular shit, and you know it because you've seen them in that group, openly selling pussy, proudly selling it.
I've seen them.
So what I'm talking about is a thing that's real. We are in
Booking info and
and
bio.
you don't need someone that's going to say it nice to you because nice makes it worse. You don't want your doctor to tell you got cancer nicely. You want him to aggressively try to get this shit out of you. You don't want him to pussyfoot around what you have. You want him to tell you exactly what you have so we can put a plan together to get rid of this shit. So do you understand what I'm doing? I am the surgeon that had to come and tell you something that's really bad, or I'm the oncologist that had to tell you something that's really bad, that you got cancer, but there's no real way to tell you because we got to fix it. And when we fight this cancer, because this cancer is going to be hard. I had a dude come on the show. It's really sad. It happened. He came on. He asked me could I help him and his wife, black couple. Asked me could I help him and his wife get some money so she can go to this hospital in Mexico to try a experimental treatment for her cancer. And you got to understand, I didn't know who this fucker was. I thought he might have been somebody trying to scam me. And halfway through it, I started thinking, in my mind, I'm not gonna lie, I started thinking, I think they're scamming me. And you got to understand, I didn't know this.
Sorry.
I thought he might have been somebody trying to scam me. Because the people in the audience were saying, well, she don't look skinny, and she got all her hair, something's not right. So I was listening to the people, but we got them the money and it went to her.
She really had cancer.
She died last week.
Oh, damn.
3 weeks after she came on my show, she was dead. So then I realized at that point, man, you don't know what people are really going through in the world. And nobody knows when their time is up. Nobody knows. So I want to do the best I can every day. So when I talk to you, it's the same as I talked to the brother before, who I tried to squash a beef with, but the weirdo still wants to have a beef with, and the other brother that I try to talk to, because there's a lot of building that needs to be done. And fighting is not building. When I bring up these problems, it's not because I'm trying to fight with you. It's because I'm trying to get you to change. It's because I'm trying to get me to change. Nobody needs to change more than me. Every day I wake up, I realize there's some shit I need to do, that I need to do better. But I'm not going to sit there and have my daughters look at me and then look at TV and think that their daddy is okay with that shit. At least they know when they get to a certain point, I can be disappointed because most black girls never have that. Do you think any of those black girls on that twerking and selling pussy on Facebook openly got a daddy? You think anyone got a daddy in their life?
Clearly not. And if they do, they must hate him.
There you go. But if we had more of that, if we had that, but the women have such low self-esteem that they say things like, well, I just want to switch it up. What's wrong with having switching up my hair? There's nothing wrong with switching up your hair. But I've dated plenty of black girls who were natural, and every day they have a new damn hairdo with their natural hair. Mm-hmm. And they love their hair. And then finish the story. My daughter was crying about the little girl, Chrissy. She said, I want hair like her. And she wanted hair like her mom, who had that same kind of hair. And to watch my kid cry like that, when I give my kid everything. There wasn't a toy she didn't have. This little girl got more stamps in her passport than most adults. There's nothing she hasn't had. She's spoiled. And to see that I couldn't give her that. And I looked at her mom. I said, do you know where she's getting that from? She said, the little girl's in school. I said, no, bitch, you. Because she gets up every day. I said like that. But I do talk like that. But I didn't do that. I said, no, she's getting it from you. I said, she loves you. And if she wakes up and sees that you look different than her, how do you think that makes her feel? Because the person she wants to grow up to be at 6 years old is you. My little girl, you sit there and grab her mama's breast because she wanted breast. That's not what she wanted for Christmas. She wanted titties.
Smart girl.
That's why I was like, God, I don't know this having a little girl. It's weird. I don't like their conversations. I walk in on having conversations. Yeah, he's cute. What the fuck you say?
Listen.
I'm saying I'm not good at that. I want my little girl to not like dick at all. I don't even know how to know people named Richard.
It's fine. She's growing.
The point is, when she said it, I told her mom, do you know, her mom not only cut her hair off and started growing it back naturally, but then forced her, then in turn, not forced, like beat them up, but her sisters then did it. Then her mother did it. You know now my daughter's 12 years old and has no interest. Now again, by 16 comes, she might be a hair hooligan. I don't know. But right now, she loves what she can do with her hair and all the stuff she does. And she talks about how, oh, the students in class think they love my mohawk. She'll sometimes do a little mohawk and then she knows how to do it herself. You know, most black girls don't know how to do their own hair because they never were taught to do it.
That's true.
It's sad that these bitches know how to take care of weave, but they don't know how to take care of their own hair. I watch a bitch sit up there and wash that weave, brush that weave, put that weave over the damn curtains, and let that weave dry, and all kind of shit to that fucking.
I don't know how to do no hair. Gracie gonna have more styles than Alicia Keys. I can't teach her how to do her damn hair. I'm clueless. I don't know what to do. I just say, yeah.
But they can't do anything to their own hair because no one taught them. But if they had mothers who learned how to do their hair, their mothers would teach their daughters how to do their hair. The girl out there that had natural hair, she didn't have the hair like yours. She had so-called natural nappy hair. Every night she put in these little bantu knots, take 2 seconds. Because she had been doing it for so long. Every morning she get up and let them damn thing loose, and I'd be like, you can't go nowhere. I'm getting that ass before you leave because you look good. And she liked that because she looked good, and I acknowledged that she looked good the way God made her. I didn't wait until she turned around and looked like a half a black girl. Because all black girls are trying to do is look mixed now. That's why they want to whoop your ass.
You know, I mean, black men need to acknowledge the beauty in their women the way they
Yes.
are. I mean, women
need to accept it.
Validation.
Because women need to accept it. Because remember what you said earlier? You said women dress and stuff like that, not for us, but for each other.
We do it for each other. It's kind of a competition.
So if I sit there and try to tell you you look good, I've had plenty of girls saying, oh, you look good with your natural hair. 2 days later, that bitch got a head full of yak.
Well, yeah. Because
what I said don't matter.
Then so much. But this bitch over here better say something
That's what I'm
because if
saying.
she don't, then it's an issue.
And that's one of the most hurtful things about being a man is that you can love your girl, but your opinion doesn't matter as much as the world does.
Yeah, unless you find a woman who loves herself, it's kind of futile.
And in our community, it's very difficult. Because remember, these little girls didn't grow up with their fathers and they didn't get a chance to be little princesses. That's one thing that every little girl needs to be able to be. Their daddy's girl. Because daddy's the only man in your life that actually wants to hang out with you and wants the best for you and don't want no pussy from you. Everybody else you meet from that day forward,
It's a trap.
I'm feeling the bitches, but I'd like a little pussy on top of that.
It's a trap.
That's why women that kill me telling me, he's just my friend. Bitch, offer to suck his dick and see if he's taking. There's plenty of girls who are just my friend who I offer to fuck them. They're like, oh, we're friends. But it ain't no dude.
The male friend.
Yeah, but there's no dude that you'll say, we've been friends for 13 years. And I'd like to suck your dick. You're like, no, girl, we're just friends. Thank you. So that's the point. So if these little girls had their fathers, there's certain things that they wouldn't do. Like the girls that's out there being sugar babies and shit like that. Well, if they had their daddies, they wouldn't have to fuck to get their damn light bill paid. They wouldn't have to fuck to get their credit card bill paid. They literally would have a father to do that. My daughter fuck when she turns 16, 17, it's gonna be because she like dick. It ain't gonna be because she doesn't have something, because her dad gets it. She ain't gonna be fucking to get her light bill paid. She ain't gonna be fucking to get her insurance paid. She ain't gonna be fucking to get her Sprint bill paid. Just so he pay half of it. I suck your dick for half. I'll call him and work out a payment plan with him. My girl ain't allowed to do that. But the majority of these black girls, they do.
I'll make an arrangement. I'm just different.
That's why motherfuckers start getting a Google phone. I mean, a Google line.
He said, I'll make an arrangement.
I had my water cut off one time because I forgot to pay it. Because I have so many bills, I've got to pay it. So me and my daughter was in this big ass mansion with no water on. Oh, but we had that big ass pool outside. And we brought that pool. I said, when can you come turn the water back on? Because the water bill was like $1,500. I said, God, dog, how did they get that high? So I paid them, but they were like, well, you can't come out today. I was like, you live up in here with no water? They said, we can be out there sometime tomorrow night. So I'm looking at my daughter, she looked at me, I was like, well, we gotta use the bathroom. We fucking flush. But I grew up broke. So I knew how to make the water flush, the toilet flush. We get in the water, I knew how to do this. Right, I was telling her, I was a YouTube bougie. I'm gonna show you how to make this shit work. Then I turned around and said, all that motherfucking water ran through a tub full of water. This is what we gonna do. And this is another thing that these black people don't know how to do. If the internet went off, do you know how many people would just kill themselves? Because their whole life is Facebook Live? I'm gonna lie. That's where they feel the best. Why do you think so many more women go live than men? Because that's where women get validation at.
Hell yeah.
They go on live and everybody tell them how they pretty, and they inbox me full and they DM, and then a woman sit up there dressed half naked, you send a DM, these niggas is in my inbox. That's the equivalent of McDonald's putting up a fucking commercial on TV and then get mad that that people keep trying to get a Big Mac. Look at these niggas out here trying to get these Big Macs.
Yes. It is the same.
So you advertise and you got what you advertise for. And we need to get to a point, because we are matriarchal people, black folks, we're losing. We have to change that dynamic, put more fathers in these homes, and have more women with enough self-esteem that even if you like dick, why you gotta have babies in the process? I know plenty of white hoes from college. Them white girls suck everybody dick at the party and still graduated. Imagine.
Let's not go there.
I'm saying these hoes are hoes, but they still got their degrees. And then I hear black women say weird stuff to me like, oh, well, they be having abortions. I mean, whatever they had to do. I mean, why would you just say they be having abortions? Why is it that they might not be, maybe they're on birth control? The white girl I used to date, that bitch ate birth control. She ate them birth control pills. If I came in her too much, she ate too. There's nothing wrong. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with knowing, look, this is fun and this is family. Black people, we don't know how to separate fun from family because we never have families. We just always have fun.
Well, yeah, they destroyed our family units long ago.
Yep, but we destroyed our family, meaning we continue the cycle. Remember I told you, it only take a couple of generations to fuck people up? In a couple generations, when the Democrats gave us we're going to give you this welfare money, we're going to kick the man out, it only took 2 generations. By the time the mid-80s came, black folks was full of crack and fucked up.
And that is such a broader agenda, though.
Yes.
So, yes. So many more topics. Okay.
But I'll tell you what I'm going to let you do. Because I think this is a very good conversation.
They ended up turning that around.
Everything.
Yeah, the emotional game. But we have to understand us as black folks, generally we're all passionate. We're very passionate people as black people. So you were being passionate, I was being passionate. I think the one thing we don't do is accept each other's passion and try to understand it. And it seems like we went from the not understanding it to the understanding it, at least. Not agreeing, just an understanding. So, and we got to do this more with each other to understand it. So I know it's late on the East Coast because it's almost 12 o'clock on the West Coast.
I was going to say, it's like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to say, what I would like to do is stop, and then you can maybe get together some more questions, with your girls and ask them what they might want to ask, and then whatever. And I know a lot of people are going to try to find you and look you up, and your DM's going to be full.
I got to see what my friends have to say about this.
But we could continue.
All right, y'all. That's all I get. Always remember, y'all. Y'all gotta always remember.
Check out the content.
Is it gonna play?
This is content.
Or you gotta play?
Bruh. We got content.
I'm just saying, y'all. Y'all gotta remember. At the end of the day, behind all this shit, we got content. That's what it is, man. It's content. Until the next episode.
Bye,
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us some misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, did nobody come to see you old? It's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit.